Live from the Columbus Civic Center in Columbus, Georgia. It's time for a Friday night edition of Columbus River Dragons hockey. Hello everybody, my name is Liam Gotimer. Alongside me as always is Mike Vee. And Mike, it's the best time of year, the playoffs.
It is the new season. It's brand new. Everybody's even. There's no first place. There's no last place. It's just survive now. It's the winner take all.
Winner take all. Tonight, the third place Columbus River Dragons take on the second place Monroe Moccasins in game one of a best of three series. With that said, let's waste no time, baby, and send it right down to ice level for first, our fire starter of the night. And Mike, the fire starter of the night is Alex Storjahan. He wears number 4. He hails from Anthem, Arizona. Some quick stats on Storj. 50 games played during the regular season, 26 goals, 48 assists for 74 points. He scored 10 times on the power play, 4 game-winning goals, and he's got 28 points in 21 FPHL playoff games. The reason why I call Alex Storjahan the River Dragons' big game player.
Guys like this you need in the playoffs. He's an experienced guy, a guy that knows this game, has been in this situation before, has won a championship, and Alex is a two-way hockey player. He's very good up front, but he's also a type of center to come back and work in his own zone. Look for big things tonight from Alex Storjahan.
Storjahan ended the regular season with points in 21 out of his last 22 games played. His point streak did just come to an end on Fan Appreciation Night, but not to take away from the outstanding regular season for number 4. And he shines the brightest when the lights are on him. And he's our fire starter of the night. On to the other side of the ice. It's time for the pest of the game, which as always is proudly brought to you by our friends over at Cook's Pest Control. He has exited the ice, but it's number 5, Jared Christie. Let's talk about him. He hails from Costa Mesa, California. 50 games played like Storjahan this season. 35 goals for Jared Christie. That led all Moccasins.
We know what Christie can do. He's a guy that handles the puck very well, can stick handle, can make something out of nothing. Got a really key on him and several other players here tonight, but certainly him right there is going to be the pest tonight to look forward to.
Jared Christie is second on the team in points behind Carlos Fornaris, and on top of that, second in the league in power play goals with 13, trailing, well, you know who.
Yeah.
Ryan Hunter.
Right.
The big game hunter, who has 18 power play goals. But Jared Christie, who wears number 5 for the Monroe Moccasins, he is tonight's pest of the game. Back here inside of the broadcast booth, before we send it to our very first commercial break of the night, Mike, let's talk a little bit more about this matchup. The River Dragons faced the Monroe Moccasins 8 times during the regular season. They beat them just twice, both times in this building.
One of the things that the Moccasins bring to the table, first of all, they got some great skill guys up front. You talk about Fornaris, obviously what he does, Christie. You also got some other guys in there that can play a physical game, but also can hurt you in the goal department. Gerstein is one of them that comes to mind. And, of course, Scantlebury, a guy that can go out there and bang around and do things, make things happen as well. You've seen what he can draw penalties when he went. Actually very good at drawing penalties at the last time that these two teams met. One of the things I can honestly say, though, I'm really, really looking at the goaltender matchup tonight. And that's something I think you have a little news on.
I do have a little bit of news on that. I love that, Mike. I can tell you that Trevor Babin, the Dark Knight, who wears number 72, he will be the starting goaltender for your River Dragons. Everybody and their mother thought that Tyler Masternak would start game 1 for the Monroe Moccasins. He did not make the trip, so just 2 goaltenders with the team. Chris Branch, who has played a game in this building during the regular season. He got pulled after 26 minutes, by the way. And Nolan Egbert, who has not really played a ton outside of the final game of the regular season for the Moccasins. So, could create quite an interesting scenario in between the pipes for the opposition. But nothing to worry about on our end of the ice. Trevor Babin is the man. With that said, let's send it to our very first commercial break of the night. Then, when we come back, we will have a doozy for you. First, it's highlights from the River Dragons' last game in overtime defeat at the hands of the PD Ice Cats. Then, Coach's Corner featuring your head coach and the franchise legend himself, Jerome Boom Boom Bichat.
Play for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. Woo! I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Let Shred Away, a division of the Overbee Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shred Away, a division of the Overbee Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shred Away, 706-577-9668.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
At the center ice logo, it's Alexander Jemayev and Nick Gullo. Columbus wearing their Hockey Town jerseys tonight with the teal letters numbers along the back and on the sides. PD wears their whites like they did yesterday evening. The puck has been dropped. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying it's go time on this evening's contest.
Oh.
Alex Sturgeon sheds his man inside of the defensive zone. Legkov will cut all the way to the crease, and Babin shut him down. And Dennis Zajac, the best of the game on the ice, and here he is, Dennis Zajac, the forward out of Belarus, right on the doorstep there. He'll float it down low, a backhander from Frolov. Hit the glass. Legkov one-hands it to himself, goes to the back door. One too many passes there for PD. Now Columbus gets his own exit, and Tyler Barrow, a backhanded sauce feed for an oncoming Kyle Moore. Why not try it?
That was a pretty darn good backhander from the corner, wasn't it?
He may have a step on Patek, and he does. And Babin, I believe, may have gotten a piece with a combination of his paddle and his blocker. Frolov will work it out.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right?
Who are you? At the center ice logo, it's Alexander Jemayev and Nick Gullo. Columbus wearing their Hockey Town jerseys tonight with the teal letters numbers along the back and on the sides. PD wears their whites like they did yesterday evening. The puck has been dropped. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying it's go time on this evening's contest.
Oh.
Alex Sturgeon sheds his man inside of the defensive zone. Legkov will cut all the way to the crease, and Babin shut him down. And Dennis Zajac, the best of the game on the ice, and here he is, Dennis Zajac, the forward out of Belarus, right on the doorstep there. He'll float it down low, a backhander from Frolov. Hit the glass. Legkov one-hands it to himself, goes to the back door. One too many passes there for PD. Now Columbus gets his own exit, and Tyler Barrow, a backhanded sauce feed for an oncoming Kyle Moore. Why not try it?
That was a pretty darn good backhander from the corner, wasn't it?
He may have a step on Patek, and he does. And Babin, I believe, may have gotten a piece with a combination of his paddle and his blocker. Frolov will work it out. This is a 2-on-1. Frolov high and wide, and not just wide, well wide. Pizzamenti shoots and from the slot. Babin stops that with his midsection. Patrick Marcinkiewicz over to the right. Alexander Leitkov will dip. Marcinkiewicz and Babin with the right hand. Marcinkiewicz will try and stuff it in, and he comes together with Babin, and now Marcinkiewicz throwing shots at Babin.
Wrong move, wrong move.
Tyler Barrow, the league leader in points. Hunter off of the iron.
Wow.
Josh Colton got his stick in the way. Now Moore with Barrow and Storjahan. Moore pulls up, Storjahan, and Colgan slid over.
3-on-1.
3-on-1. Moore across. Colgan had his back turned to the play. Dennis Zychik at number 8 on the backhand, and Babin swallows it up. Marcinkiewicz still has it though, and a net front tip for Della Savita. Babin said, "Get out of here with that one." As a chance for PD, Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Instead, Robinson will fire intentionally wide of Babin, and a great A! Babin got his glove up. Oh my goodness. Gullo will dance in, left dot, he'll shoot. Blocked before getting to Babin. Frolov to the net, save, rebound save, one more try, and Babin another save!
Just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. 3 stops, all labeled, and he comes up with the puck. Unreal.
Got a man driving. It's Underwood. The puck comes to Colgan. He plays it right to Storjahan, who sends a slapper into the upper body of Hamilton. Here's Kyle Moore. Left side. Pad save. Underwood. Another stop made by Colgan, this time with his bicep. The River Dragons moving the puck extremely well. Underwood into the chest of Colgan. Brad Fortin behind the net. He'll leave it off
It's Wilson
for Ryan Hunter. Here is Underwood all alone. He scores.
Kirk Underwood, perfect position in front of the net, gets the pass out and just puts it top corner, and a 1-0 lead for Columbus.
The captain ended the game last night. Tonight, he opens up the score.
Bookends, huh?
This is now a 1-0 score in favor of the Dragons. The captain, Kirk Underwood, the reason. Noah Robinson for a cutting Elijah Wilson, and Babin shut it right down. Marcinkiewicz will skate it back in. He'll slide to the left, and Babin stops that one.
There
Great
it is.
A, and they score. Drew Welsh, top shelf, right off the faceoff. A power play goal for PD.
Came right through, right to the slot, really unopposed. Nobody got anything on him, and he just riffed a rifle, little wrist shot in there. That's that. Tie game.
One-timer, Babin squeezes it. And right now, Trevor Babin
Freeloff with that shot.
keeping us tied.
Yep. Now a little hurt feelings out there. That takes him over.
Kirk Underwood for the Dragons. He's got the puck and he moves it up north. That's the captain out of Littleton, Colorado. For PD, Drew Welsh on the power play. Fortin takes a hit to make a play. Della Savita, though, will pass the puck along the far side. Fortin was on it like white on rice. Behind the net, Hunter. He'll dance. Skate away from Razulov. Right side to the net. Hit a body. It lands perfectly for Leitkov, who will backhand it onto the tape of Patrick Marcinkiewicz. He speeds in. Marcinkiewicz with a hit way up high onto Kirk Underwood, and here we go. Brody Thornton gets in the way first. Kirk Underwood does not have his helmet, and he wants a piece of Patrick Marcinkiewicz, who just decides to skate away. Storjahan. Barrow.
Oh, boy.
Past his stick. He's got it again, though. Barrow, Colton. Goal line, Storjahan. Colton does not receive the pass. Storjahan goes across the ice instead. Barrow for more. Colton, left side. Barrow straight on. Colton right circle. And
Great puck
Colgan
movement.
stops him.
Great puck movement. Good power play. Good looks. Got a couple of shots. Now a little to do.
The trailer, Hamilton shoots, and Babin got his glove into the air. The puck popped down right at the goal line. Drive from the line, Babin squeezes it right up. And now a stretch feed. Oh boy, Patrick Marcinkiewicz and Babin again. He was able to corral that by squeezing his blocker into his midsection. Underwood in his first shift since his 10-minute. Here's a whack and a save made by Colgan. Oh, some rapid reflexes there from number 35.
Got that pad down.
Marcinkiewicz, he's got the puck. He is denied. Here's Razulov, that hit a body. Barrow, far side of the ice. Storjahan giving go, and Barrow has his shot fought off by Colgan. I thought that was it. That's where Barrow scored from in the third period last night, beating Parker Rutherford. Galvin shoots, and a blocker save made by Colgan. A minute left here in regulation. One-timer, McGill Diaz, and at the last moment, Babin tracked it down. So Patrick's Marcinkiewicz. Alexander Laikov has already ended the game in this building, and Babin, his biggest save of the night.
Holy mackerel.
Welsh a give and go with Elijah Wilson. Rink wide. Here's a great A and a goal for Dominic Della Savita. That's your game, folks. Ice Cats win 2-1 in overtime. Columbus acknowledges their fans.
Coach, the regular season now complete. It's time for the playoffs. Before we get into the postseason and the first round meeting with Monroe, let's take a look back at the entire regular season. How do you view it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of positives, and then I think the regular season is really for us to learn to play together, go through, the ups and downs, missing players, people having to step up in different roles when that happens. So kind of go through some adversity and figure all that out to get to this point. It comes down to it. There's no secrets. I mean, I'd like to think that scoring goals was never our problem. Coming into the season, my goal was to kind of have 4 goals for and under, or 2 or under against, and I think we're 4.5 goals for, or 4.3 goals for, and probably closer to the 4 goals against as well. So that didn't come to fruition, but I mean. I think we've learned a lot, and it's time to put that to test.
Let's talk about the first round meeting against the Monroe Moccasins. It's a short series, just a best of 3. How do you prepare your team for that?
Yeah, you know what? There is no time. There is no time for mistakes. There's no time for anything. Anything can happen. Bad play, bad bounce, bad call. So I mean, it's really no time to sit around and wait for the game to come. We got to be aggressive and take the game and dictate how we want to play and where we want to go with the puck, and then also when we don't have the puck, dictate where the puck is going and try to help each other out as far as that goes. And when I say try to help each other out, that doesn't mean run around and skate aimlessly. That means attack, re-attack the puck more times than not, with guys coming back through the middle of the ice, bury your heads and come down, and hopefully we can make them turn the puck over, and then we're all kind of connected as far as that goes, as opposed to, it's a 1-on-2. My forwards don't have to come back because our D have it covered and we're good. Then we're still stretched out. And we're not connected. So I think it's really important. That's really the focus is having puck support all over the ice with guys coming back on the defensive side of things, and having a quick transaction game going forward and attacking the puck when we have it.
Dustin Gesso comes in this week. I'm curious, how have the lines changed, if at all, prior to tonight's game?
Yeah, you know what? No mistake about it. I mean, I really wasn't a fan of the move per se. But no, Justin, he's been skating with us the last couple of days, and he definitely adds a spark on however you want to call it, the third line or whatever. He's a very talented player. I think the guys in the locker room have accepted that, and everybody in that room wants to win. And if he gives us that opportunity to do so, then it's all good. So, right now, the Barrow, Storjahan, Moore line will stay intact. The Underwood, Fortin, and Ryan Hunter will probably stay intact for now. And then just so we'll center Jame off with Galvin and sprinkle Docs in up and down the lineup there.
Let's talk about goaltending. Who is your expected starting goaltender?
Well, I mean, I think if you look at our goaltending in whole, statistically wise, Babs probably has an edge on Roisey. When I look at the goaltending throughout the year, Babs has been hurt and banged up a little bit, and a couple suspensions. So Roisey got the brunt of us not playing well and trying to find us our game type thing. Both quality goalies. And then when we went through our spell of not playing great and not playing well and trying to find it, and guys playing too hard and doing too much on their own, we were susceptible to 2-on-1s, one-on breakaways and all that stuff. And I think, be honest with you, I think Roisey kind of took the brunt of that for the most part. And Roisey's a professional. He knows who he is and what he can do. But right now, it's going to be Babs. If we can control his temper and all that stuff, and they're both competitors. They're different personalities per se. Roisey's gets fired up, but doesn't get as fired up as Babs. So I'm fine with either one, but Babs will get the start on Friday.
No fun question for you for this interview because it's playoff time and it's all business.
Stop scowling at me. You look like you're mad at me.
Interesting scenario here in the FPHL. Despite being the lower seed, you are going to play game one at home. Talk about the importance of that and having the ability to take a stranglehold on the series right away.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing that people have to understand is, ultimately, yes, we want them winning hockey games, but the business side of things are as important in this league as any other, if not more important than actually what happens on the ice, right? So it just makes sense to start it here and go there for two. So both teams get a weekend date and have an opportunity to put people in the stands as opposed to having a Monday, Tuesday game or something like that type thing. So, but no, Friday's not a must-win, but it sure would help a lot to get it because it's, we haven't had a whole lot of success in Monroe per se, but it's definitely somewhat of a little bit of advantage. They have to travel twice. They're getting in here, I think, on Thursday. So they're practicing driving here, unload their gear, go to the hotel, and then have a morning skate and go. So it's a little bit of advantage, but it's really, it's at this point of the year, it doesn't really matter.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck.
You bet.
A warm welcome back to Hockey on the Chattahoochee. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'll get it right. Playoff hockey on the Chattahoochee. My name is Liam Gotimer. Alongside me is Mike Vee. The River Dragons about to get introduced to their fans before the puck drops on Game 1 in a best-of-3 series between the Dragons and the Monroe Moccasins. Before we get to the players introduced, let's Let's take a look at the lines for the Dragons. No Cody Wickline, he remains on injured reserve. So that first line, Tyler Barrow, Alex Storjahan, and Kyle Moore remains together. Ryan, the big game hunter. He wears number 88. He's playing on the left alongside Kirk Underwood and the rookie forward, Brad Fortin. The third line, Alexander Jemayev, Dustin Gesso, who makes his River Dragon debut tonight, and Ryan Galvin on the right. The lone extra forward is Scott Doherty. On defense, Mike Wynn and Josh Colton. Nathan Balkwill with Lair Patakin. Last but not least, Brody Thornton will play with Nathaniel Mott. In between the pipes, it's the Dark Knight. He wears number 72, Trevor Babbitt. I'll leave it to the ice level, and we'll be back in just a little bit for puck drop.
Introducing tonight's starting lineup for your Dragons. Starting on defense from LA, California, number 5, Josh Colton. Also on defense from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 44, Mike Vee. And forward from Littleton, Colorado, number 11, co-captain, our captain, Kirk Underwood. Also at forward from Langley, British Columbia, number 61, Brad Fortin. And at forward from the TO, Toronto, Ontario, number 88, Ryan Hutter. Between the pipes tonight for your Dragons from Philly, PA, number 72, Trevor Babbitt. The assistant coach for your Dragons is Austin Dove, and your head coach is always Jerome Boo Beachcomb. And now, fans, we ask that you please rise. The River Dragons WYBU-16 Terrestrial Broadcasting has taken a moment of silence tonight for those who are in harm's way, those who defend our country and our livelihood every day, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. River Dragons, thank you. Now remain standing with hands over hearts for the presentation of our national anthem, performed tonight by Neil Moody. Oh, say, can you still
20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Monroe Moccasins for Game 1 of a best-of-3 series. It's the Commissioners Cup playoffs. It's the Chattahoochee River, and it's right now.
Well, you wait all year for this, you play all year for this, and now it's time to get her done.
In this first period, the River Dragons will attack from left to right, wearing their red jerseys tonight on Friday, where we remember everyone deployed. The Moccasins, they will skate from right to left, wearing their white uniforms. Carlos Forneris against Kirk Underwood at the center right face-off logo. The puck has been dropped. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on Game 1. Columbus opens up with your captain, Kirk Underwood. He is in the middle. On each of his wings, number 88, Ryan Hunter. He led the league in power play goals during the regular season. On the other, it's the man with the puck. He wears number 61. He's a rookie, Brad Fortin. On defense, it's Josh Colton with Mike Wynn. In goal, it's number 72, the Dark Knight, Trevor Babbitt. Hunter will shoot in to the left of the goaltender for the Monroe Moccasins. That's Chris Branch, who wears number 35. It's not Tyler Masternak, Mike. He will be tested right now. Here we go. Kyle Moore, right dot, across, score!
I'll tell you what, there you go. You got Moore coming down the wing and trailing him. On the far side is Barrow. Easy pass over and an easy goal in, and it's just like that, 1-0.
The best player in the Federal Prospects Hockey League opens us up. Tonight, it's 1-0 Columbus, 50 ticks into the game.
Well, I mean, you can't ask for more. 50 seconds in, and you got a lead. Now the big thing against Monroe is you got to hold it.
What a start, and in a best-of-3 series, Mike, you need Game 1 on home ice. And the River Dragons have gotten off to a great start. Tyler Barrow has beaten Chris Branch. And you can expect the Monroe Moccasins to create quite a bit of extracurricular activity after going down 1-0 a minute 6 into the game.
There's an intimidation factor they're trying to establish. They really haven't gotten a chance to really throw a hit out there, and had a little stoppage right there and a little opportunity to kind of, hey, you know what? We're going to run you guys over, that kind of thing. And the one thing that Columbus needs to do is do not retaliate. If there is something that is called on Monroe for the goofy stuff, don't retaliate. Take it on the chin and just move along.
Don't retaliate at all, not with a 1-0 lead. The first period, as always, is proudly brought to you by our friends over at Chick-fil-A in Midland. So Babin out of his net. The first shot towards him got closed off before getting to the cage. And Ryan Galvin, near side of the ice, he'll work it in. He's got a man on behind. That's the newest River Dragon. It's Dustin Gesso, who wears number 12, the former Moccasin. He bangs his body beneath the goal line. Nathaniel Mott, right point, will shake and bake a little bit. Off of the boards, the puck goes. The far corner, that's Ethan Matcham, who wears number 6, acquired at the trade deadline by the Moccasins. Columbus keeps the puck into the offensive zone. There's a centering pass. That was Brody Thornton, who wears number 65, who tried to set up his man. Columbus out shooting Monroe 3-0 early. Once again, if you missed it, the starting goaltender for the Monroe Moccasins, during the regular season that is, Tyler Masternak, did not make the trip, so it's Chris Branch, and he's been beaten once on 3 tries to the net already. Hagen Moe, a stretch feed. Tucker Scantleberry was behind the defense. He'll pick up the puck. Nathaniel Mott, though, how about that job? Just sweep it over to the far side corner. Ryan Hunter will get some support, and Brody Thornton. Monroe will make something out of this, and Babin closes up the pads. First shot of the game for the Moccasins. 2:23 in.
And they made that happen with a little physicalness, banging off the backboard, getting the possession of the puck and getting it into the slot very dangerously, but Babin able to hold on to it, get a face-off. That's one thing you're going to see Monroe's going to do. They're going to bang. They're going to hit hard. That's the team that they are, but they're not just that kind of team. They got some very good skilled players that you have to watch out for, and you got to watch out for turnovers in your own zone.
Monroe is going to have to watch out for this first line of the River Dragons. They're pushing early. Alex Storjahan, Kyle Moore, and the goal scorer tonight, Tyler Barrow. The goal comes 50 seconds into the game. Tyler Barrow, his first goal of the postseason, assisted by Kyle Moore. And just Kyle Moore, just one helper on the goal. Here he is. He wears number 15. He's out of Charlotte, North Carolina. But a quick tap inside of the defensive zone by Brad Sommers, who wears number 13. Will force Mike Wynn back onto it. Wynn through the middle. Gesso will hop around one, drape himself over the back of Dorsey. Turnover not created. So now Sommers will go rink wide after he takes a bump. Jemayev moves it with intent. Gesso back for his defense. Lair Patakin got spun around a little bit, so he'll lay the body onto a Moccasin who got hit by 2 River Dragons in the same spot. Forneris keeps the puck in. Number 9 for the Monroe Moccasins, well, had a 21-game point streak to end the regular season. He'll be forced to defend here. Gesso will fire on wide of the goaltender. Jemayev will turn one way, now the other. He gets checked by his man. That's Jamie Dorsey, number 18. Gerstein, right circle. He's been a pest against the River Dragons during the season series. He gets all tied up by Nathan Balkwill, and Gerstein throws a shove onto him, and Balkwill did not have the puck, and we do not have a call. So there's a bouncer for Scott Doherty to skate into. Matcham, who's become one of the most important defensemen on the back end for the Moccasins since being acquired. He logs a lot of minutes back there. Good pass across to the forward inside of his own zone. That's the pest of the game, Jared Christie. Gerstein will bump it north, and Thornton there to pick the puck up. Brody Thornton, all speed. He drops it back for Nathaniel Mott. A stretch to the middle. Scott Doherty was stood up by Corson Green, who will funnel it into River Dragon ice. If you're just joining us, we are 4 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. Columbus has a 1-0 lead. Tyler Barrow, the man who led the Federal Prospects Hockey League in points during the regular season, the one to light the lamp tonight. Here's Ryan Hunter. He'll slip right on by a Moccasin. He'll dip the shoulder against Asp, and now crash into him. Asp will work it out with one hand, and Monroe does get it out to the neutral zone. This is Mo with Dean Balsamo. Balsamo, who wears number 93, had a hat trick in just his second game with the Moccasins on January the 3rd. And that came against the River Dragons.
Let's go Dragons!
So Colton will back it up. Colton D-to-D with Mike Wynn. Josh Colton, 7 points in 14 playoff games throughout his illustrious FPHL career. 337 regular season games for Colton.
Wow.
That's a player you rely on when the games
How many miles
become important.
How many miles on that Cadillac?
Quite a bit.
Still runs well.
I will say this about Josh Colton, too. 32 years old, played in all 56 games this season for the Dragons. Did not miss one. Tyler Barrow already has scored tonight. On the backhand, he was looking for an oncoming Gesso, who wins a board battle. Left point, a shot comes in, and how about that tip from Kyle Moore? He had Branch sliding. Dustin Gesso wears number 12. Patakin will fire, pad save, rebound, and swept just wide by Jemayev. He'll try again, and scores!
How about that? Alex Jemayev, Johnny on the spot, able to just get that one by Branch, and just like that, 2-0. Kind of like that look with Gesso. Barrow really made some things happen out there.
Alexander Jemayev makes it 2-0 Columbus. They've got 2 goals on 5 shots.
You know, noticing that Jemayev has been playing the center position. Now they move him over to the wing. As a big man, he can work off the wall.
Alexander Jemayev, a Commissioners Cup champion with the Watertown Wolves during the 2021-22 season. 21 playoff games throughout his career. This is his 22nd. Tonight is his 17th playoff game with the Dragons. And he scores, baby. It's 2-0. And you know what? I bet the Moccasins don't know what just hit them.
Well, they know that it's down 2-0.
Everybody listening around the Federal Prospects Hockey League, we love to have you. Here's Austin Pick firing on, and Babin said, no, not today.
And you see right away, trying to get something going again. They're down by 2 goals and trying to boss their way back into it. One thing that I think has to be established. Oh, we have a timeout.
6:58 into the game. Mike Vee will finish that thought when we return.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons!
Hey, playing for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
A warm welcome back to the Civic Center. The River Dragons with a 2-0 lead over the Moccasins in Game 1 of a best-of-3.
Well, you got Barrow and you got Jemayoff that has lit the lamp so far for the River Dragons.
Tyler Barrow scored less than 1 minute into the hockey game, as there's a grade A for the Moccasins, their best chance of the game, and Babin was up to the task. Columbus now on the offensive. Dorsey may have just saved a goal there with his play in the neutral zone to prevent an odd man rush. And well, if Columbus was off to the races there, with Branch getting beat twice on 5 shots, I don't like his chances of keeping out a third. Confidence, a big thing for a goaltender, and right now, the goaltender for the Moccasins does not have that.
Well, I mean, both goals, in all fairness to Branch, not his fault. It was odd man, open man on the far side post with Barrows going, and Jemayoff was able to jam it in. He was out of position.
With love, Mike,
with
it
love.
may not be his fault, but that's not my problem. We're up 2-0. The second goal for the River Dragons came at 6:33. It's Alexander Jemayeff, who wears number 71, assisted by Lair, taking number 36, and number 12, Dustin Gesso. Dustin Gesso, throughout his career, averages 2 points per game. And, well, he spent a good amount of time with the PD Ice Cats and the Blue Ridge Bobcats this year, and now he's a River Dragon after being claimed off of waivers just this week. As what a hit! That was Brad Fortin.
Yeah.
Perhaps with the biggest check of his professional career, 7:55 in. Mike Wynn gets tripped, no call. But Columbus just has support in every single area of the ice, Mike.
Well, one thing you can't do is bunch up as they are, like there, but able to get it out, thankfully.
So Matcham will back it up in between the circles. He'll slide it across for Corson Green, who will begin his approach. Green wears number 3, 27 years old, out of Potsdam, New York. That's where he played his college hockey, at SUNY Potsdam. It'll be his defensive partner in Matcham who will skate back onto it. He's double teamed, and well, he's turned it over to a combination of Kyle Moore and Tyler Barrow. They did well to just flip that puck from the wall to the slot, but Scantlebury will pick it up, race up along the right wing side, and roll it around the boards. Babin will use the high glass. Inside of the defensive zone at the half boards, Kyle Moore, his pass was scooped by Scantlebury. He'll take a hit to make a play, but how about Balkwill? Made the defensive play. Now on the offensive, Kyle Moore will work it in. Stretched out over the stick of Patakin, Balkwill will have another opportunity to make an astute defensive play, which he does. Kyle Moore, Alex Torjahan, and Alexander Jemayeff on the hunt. Fornaris, though, inside of the blue line, will now race out to center. Over the center ice logo, now over to the right. Shot from the left circle, that was Asp, who let it rip, save made, rebound, another save made by Babin. He got that with his paddle. We are 9 minutes and 30 seconds into the hockey game. The shots are 5-4 Dragons. Goals 2-0 Columbus. Kyler Matthews misses high over the helmet of Babin. There's Dustin Gesso again, Mike, and we're seeing the impact that he has in all three zones. He helped to set up that second goal and then comes over to assist inside of his own end.
And got a little physical with a hefty check in the corner.
Here's Gerstein. Nothing going on. Nathaniel Mott stripped him. And Dustin Gesso will get the job done by feeding Patakin, who will get some air underneath the biscuit and send Ryan Hunter on his way. Hunter's pass for Galvin was read and intercepted by Dorsey. So up along the left wing side, it's Gerstein. A swing and a miss by Christie. Gerstein from behind the net. He's shielded by Mott. Right point, this is Matthews. It took a tip off of the crossbar.
Oh, boy.
Moccasins pushing, not for long. Ryan Galvin. This is a 2-on-2. But Ryan Hunter will just toss it to the near side corner boards and a wholesale line change for Columbus with 9:20 to play.
Fresh legs, very important in the playoffs because it's go, go, go hockey.
The captain, Kirk Underwood, wears number 11. He's been playing up front for the last month. What has that resulted in for the captain? 3 goals since April 3rd. As a slapper, that shattered a stick. Corson Green doesn't have one. Tyler Barrow shoots. Save made. Rebound Underwood, and he slapped it right into the breadbasket of Branch.
Boy, I'll tell you, Barrow's going at it right now in the corner.
And now we've got an all-out melee. Everybody has a dance partner here. We have a River Dragon down on the ice. We have Scott Doherty.
Barrow took a shot after he made the pass, and then it just progressed from there. And then we actually have 4 players that are in an altercation. So hopefully somebody doesn't get a 5 and they go 2-2. I don't know.
I will say this, that's the game the Moccasins love to play.
Well, you got Doherty out there, and he knows his job is to protect Barrow, so you know that's going to happen.
Just ridiculous that you go down 2-0 and your immediate first thought is to go after the other team's best player.
You know, it's playoff hockey, all fair and love and war and all that good stuff. Guess what?
Oh, I guess.
You
No
know,
Time doesn't like that answer. 8:55 to go in the first. We'll be right back.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Oh my cheese. The new OM cheeseburger from Applebee's. We took our juicy all-beef patty, melty American cheese, crispy applewood smoked bacon, spicy honey mustard, and fries, and put it on a sizzling skillet of cheese. So push the cheese, pull the cheese, love the cheese. Too much cheese? Never. Applebee's new OM cheeseburger for $11.99, also in our 2 for $25 menu.
Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. It's game 1 of a best-of-3 series between the River Dragons and the Moccasins. Columbus up 2-0. The goals, Tyler Barrow and Alexander Jemayev. Prior to the commercial timeout, though, we had a scrum. Perhaps a little bit more than that. 2 minutes each for what I assume to be roughing to both Tyler Barrow and Corson Green, while 5 minutes each for fighting for Scott Doherty and whoever he was wrapped up with. I did not catch the number. It could be anybody over there on Monroe.
You know, I didn't get the number either. But I like the way it's called in that situation. Plus, well, they're not going to skate. I thought they were going to go 4-on-4. Looks like they're not going to put them up. So it's 5-5, 2-2. And that's the way it should be, in my opinion, from what I saw up there.
So the right call made, Mike.
I do believe that would be the right call.
All right.
I mean, I would, if I'm Jerome Bouchard with a 2-0 lead, I'm very happy with that call.
The faceoff will come to the side of Chris Branch. Branch, so far this season, by the way, 5-1-0, 3.27 goals against average, and a save percentage of .892. He played in this building on March the 28th and was pulled after 26 minutes. He made 8 saves on 12 shots. He's been as efficient tonight as he was that night.
Well,
2 out of 7.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to see it exactly the way it was. And then with Massenek not dressed tonight, or not even making the trip.
Shocker. That was a stunner.
Yeah.
You got to wonder why.
Well, one of the things that, and it's a tough thing for Branch, but he's now put in a position because your number one's gone, and now you have to develop the confidence of the players around you. They have to be confident around you. If you're letting in some easy goals, which he has not let in easy goals, it's not his fault.
Not so far tonight.
As a matter of fact, if I was on the defensive line, I would have been a little more upset about the odd man situations on both goals.
And, could it be Monroe perhaps thinking ahead a little bit, saying, we don't really need this game. It's better to have Masternak for Game 2 and a potential Game 3. But for me, in a 3-game series, not to start out with your best goaltender and the netminder that got you here is just shocking. And for me, it makes me think that there's more beneath the surface.
Yeah, obviously, your number one doesn't make the trip on a game that you want to win on the road.
Bizarre.
It's
just bizarre.
You don't want to put your team down in a 1-0 situation. Neither team does.
Tyler Masternak, 16-5-4, 2.86 goals against average, and a .906 save percentage. Those are the statistics that are currently at home right now for the Moccasins. Backing up, Branch is Nolan Egbert. And I'll tell you, they're really trying to confuse me tonight because Masternak's number is 35, and Branch is wearing 35.
Which makes me wonder, is Masternak even still with the team?
Dun, dun, dun. All right, so Brad Summers. We're not going to speculate too much up here, but, normally if your number's given away, that means...
Generally, when the number isn't on the locker that you went left on the last time you played, not a very good sign.
Yeah, so...
Hey, GM wants to see you in the office. What?
Listen, I know playoff game 1's on Friday, but you're done. Here is a drive from Nathaniel Mott over at the right point. That squeezed just wide of Branch. Here's Ryan Galvin. He wears number 28, hails from Atlanta, Georgia, nearby. Rasmus Asp wears number 77, the longtime blue liner in the FPHL. There's a turnover. Galvin's got it right dot, had it poked away. Mott's got it in support. Right point, he'll bank it off of the end boards intentionally. Gesso after it, but Hagen Moe cannot clear. Gesso was all over it. Gesso now skating with Jemaev and Galvin. Hagen Moe will just look for time and space and an opportunity to toss the puck anywhere, which he does. He has not iced it. Nathaniel Mott inadvertently throws it right next to the River Dragon bench, connected off of the skate of Galvin. Good thing he didn't play it. That could have been too many men on the ice.
I thought the same thing. Actually, by actually touching him, could be called, but they did not.
Moe across, and a whiff and a half from Balsamo.
That was a huge break for the River Dragons there, him falling down.
Make that 2 breaks inside of the defensive zone already in this period. Monroe hit a crossbar early in the frame as a backhander from Fortin didn't miss the far post by all that much. Hunter, a beautiful pass as he got checked right next to the Moccasin bench, but Fortin couldn't win the foot race against Christie. So instead, Pick will work it in. Fire high blocker side. It misses the net and hits the glass. This is Lair Patakin. He had an assist on the goal for Alexander Jemaev. The dish for Underwood. Underwood lost his stick, had to catch it in midair. Columbus will get it out. Underwood on the chase. Can he negate the icing? And you could make an argument that he did, but Asp had maybe half a step on him.
Oh,
maybe half a step.
Yeah. I would concur with that half step.
That's an icing on the River Dragons.
One thing that I wanted to bring up, and we've seen it right now with calls.
Yep.
Call it a standard in a playoff game. Don't use the whistle. Don't wear out the BB in the whistle. But if people are taking liberties, it's up to the referee to keep control of it.
So far, the officiating has been good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
easy for me to say with the Dragons up 2-0.
Yeah.
So Fornaris, there's a big bump onto number 9. There's some payback for the hit onto Barrow a few shifts ago.
He fell awkwardly there.
He did. Good to see him okay. Fornaris back up to his skates. His centering pass, well, The River Dragons are on it. Hunter will lift it past the shoulder of Schumacher. He'll go back on it. And the captain for the Moccasins will hold on to the biscuit and look for a play. Schumacher wears number 27, second season with the Moccasins, second year as their captain. Gerstein over to the right. And that was Liarakos who missed the net. Yanni Liarakos, the former Dragon, with a bid. And one more caught out of the air by Trevor Babin.
Well, those long-distance shots coming in there with nobody even close to get a rebound, take them all day long. What I like also what Columbus is doing is they're managing their lines extremely well. They're out there 40 seconds, 60 seconds to
short
the most.
shifts.
Yes.
And that allows for, well, when the club is in the defensive zone to not get tired out or have fatigue become a factor as Liarakos, oh, he hit the back glass. That was a grade A. This is Corson Green. He'll drift straight away. Gerstein, a between the legs pass, and Christie couldn't get to it. The River Dragons protected the house in the nick of time. Gerstein pressed to the half boards. He's shoved right down by Mike Wynn. And the puck is cleared over the helmet of the outstretched Green, who is waiting at the left point.
A little Pele pass there worked too.
4 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in period number 1 in game 1 of a best-of-3 series. In round 1 of the Commissioners Cup playoffs, the Columbus River Dragons and the Monroe Moccasins. The first team to 2 wins takes the series. The next 2 games will be in Monroe, Saturday and Sunday if necessary. So Nathaniel Mott played his college hockey over at Adrian alongside Brody Thornton. He does good work deep inside of his own zone to allow Scott Doherty and Alex Storjahan to work in. Branch makes a save. Barrow over skates. How about that extra poke check, though, by Thornton? He's kept it in. Thornton shoots! Missed high blocker. The wraparound chance by Storjahan. He'll hold on to it on the forehand. The pass intended for Mott. That took a tip by Scantleberry back out to center with 3:38 to go. Doherty. Thornton, it's a 2-on-1. Thornton shoots, and it got through Branch, but wide of the net. Man, Columbus all over Monroe right now, but a loose puck for Scantleberry. Babin came out of the net and beat number 17 to the biscuit. He'll float it over to the far side half board. Scantleberry falls down, and Tyler Barrow has turned it over. Schumacher kept it in. Here's a give and go, and they score.
Yeah. Man coming in on the near side as Schumacher able to get that by Babin. An easy one for him as Babin was to the far side post, and the pass came over. Nobody on Schumacher, and it's an easy in for him.
The River Dragons were inches away from getting that puck out of the defensive zone. And then one pass over to the right. A shot came in low on Babin, kicked away right onto the stick of the captain Schumacher, who deposited the puck into the back of the net.
So important to be able to move that puck out of your defensive zone. So far, the River Dragons have done well with that. That time, not so good.
The River Dragons still with a 1-goal lead here. But as we've seen during the regular season series, the Moccasins can strike quick. The Moccasins averaged 4.9 goals for per game during the regular season. The River Dragons on the other end, 4.3. Here's an odd man rush for Underwood. Underwood, right wing corner, he'll push it to the front, and Hunter. Watch that puck go right past his stick.
A bouncer.
The scoring chances are there, though, for the River Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
May not have been able to connect on the last couple, but they have been creating scoring chances. So Green D2D with Matcham. We have 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. The puck deflected off of the stick of Liarakos at center, so we have no icing. Columbus tasked with getting it out, and they will. Have they iced it on the other end? No, they haven't.
Waved it off.
The linesman waved it off immediately. Branch moves the puck with his stick over to the far side wall. Christie will race out right next to the Moccasin bench and deposit the puck into Columbus ice.
How
Mike
about
Vee
that?
tripped up, and nothing.
No.
Goodness gracious.
And the linesman stopped it at the blue line.
You know, that's a double whammy, isn't it?
It wasn't, no.
Gesso, that's a turnover. Oh, boy. Christie, man, he would have had a great A if Babin didn't come out with his stick. Minute 25 left. Barrow, the center lane drive over to the left. Backhander from Colton, didn't get through to the net. The puck coughed up. Barrow, right point. Mott looking for a deflection. Didn't get one from Colton or Barrow. Barrow fell down.
Right, he didn't fall down. He was pushed down. That's interference.
Did not have the puck and was pushed down to the ice. That in the hockey dictionary, everybody watching, is interference. How about that nifty feed from Barrow inside of his own end? This might be a rush chance for the rookie blue liner Nathaniel Mott. Mott with Moore and Storjahan. Moore collides with Matthews, who will sweep it up the near wing. Liarakos, a back pass. Oh my goodness, it almost ended up in the Monroe net.
Holy mackerel.
Storjahan had his stick held for about 15 minutes, and no call. Barrow, Storjahan, beautiful pass. Barrow, right dot, it hit a body. Left wall, Storjahan, the flick for Thornton, who shoots, and it's caught by Branch with Barrow on the doorstep. And there's Kyler Matthews, who cannot help himself with some more towards the face of Tyler Barrow.
They're going to be on Barrow for that. And it's going to be that way all series for this one and all series for the next one. And you got the #1 goal scorer in the league. They're going to go after you.
Immediate timeout with 17 seconds left.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Fans, be sure to stick around during the first intermission. Liam G and Mike V will break down the hockey game up to this point. We'll take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, presented by Zelmo Zippin, and of course, hits of the week. The score is 2-1 River Dragons.
I know what hit's going to be the #1 hit.
You bet. Lair Patakin. I went up to him and gave him congratulations on that during the playoff kickoff party at the Loft earlier this week. Fortin to the front. Hunter is there, so is Underwood. Rasmus Asp will utilize that big frame just to create some space, and he will ice it with 4 seconds left in the frame. A chance here for Columbus.
Yeah, that's actually a break for Columbus. Get an opportunity for one more chance on Branch.
The goal for the Moccasins came at 16:45. It was the captain, Frank Schumacher. Schumacher, during the regular season, played 47 games, had 12 goals. The assist to Brad Sommers, number 13, and number 9, Carlos Forneris. That goal scored at even strength and at 16:45. Storjahan, Moore, Barrow, Mott, and Thornton out there for this face-off. The period will come to a close, though, with the score 2-1. "20 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. The River Dragons on top after one period of play.
Well, I can tell you, as far as if you want a good first period to start the playoffs, you certainly got to tip your cap over to the River Dragons coming out and TCBing out there. One thing I like,
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer.
Doesn't look like we're gripping that stick tight. Looks like we're a little loose out there. We're making some plays.
Confident.
And have been, for the most part, successful in getting the puck out of our own zone. In other words, not so many turnovers. And every time there's a turnover, you see what Monroe is capable of.
They have scored once. The River Dragons have scored twice. 18 minutes on the clock. We'll send it to a timeout. When we come back, we'll break down the opening period of hockey on the Chattahoochee River.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right?
Who are you?
It's simple. We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler.
No problem.
That pool's for us. There's no lifeguard.
This is Aunt Joni. She's married to Uncle Phil. He's from Boca.
Aunt Joni, how is your husband, Phil?
Dead. But I'm very much alive.
I don't quite know.
Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Oh, that's so us, babe.
Pepsi, I'm not needed here.
Have a great party, guys.
It really is a perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity?
Season after season.
Mileage?
All day, every day.
Kind of young sung hero, huh? Same reason people trust us. Toyota, reliable wherever the grind takes you.
Back here inside of the press box, my name is Liam Gotimer. Alongside me is Mike Vee. Mike, this is game one of a best-of-3 series between your River Dragons and the Monroe Moccasins. It's ultra important to take the first game when you have it on your home ice. And Columbus came out strong. They scored a minute into the game, 50 seconds to be exact. Tyler Barrow, who led the Federal Prospects Hockey League in points during the regular season and led the league in goals, tied with Patrick's Marcinkiewicz. He found the back of the net, assisted by Kyle Moore. This was Tyler Barrow, right place, right time, one-handed tap into the back of a wide open cage.
And set up by Moore. He takes the defense. They have to commit to him because he's so close in on net.
Yep.
And he just slides that pass over. Barrow coming in trailing perfectly, and it was just an easy pass, easy goal.
Talk to me about the importance of setting the tone in a series like this. Less than a minute into the contest. Monroe, not a team that the River Dragons have played exceptionally well against during the regular season, just 2-6 in 8 games. How important was that tally for Barrow?
I mean, you want to get the lead. Obviously, you want the lead. You don't want to play comeback hockey all night. You want to take the lead, and exactly what Barrow did was give his team the lead. He's the leading scorer in the league. Fitting that he gets the first goal of the playoffs for the River Dragons. And then in a situation where the tone was set, there's a little bit of discombobulation because of the goaltending situation. Branch comes in. And you think about the psyche of the team. You're wondering, what do we got? What do we got? Come on, Branch, you got to play good for us. You know, I mean, they're going to be behind the kid. It's not like he's somebody from the parking lot they picked up. But here's a guy that you know is your number 2, and you're into the first playoff game, and you don't have your number 1. So the first goal comes in by Barrow, 50 seconds. Think of what that does to the psyche of the other team. Already he's starting to think. And then, of course, it happens again.
6 minutes and 33 seconds in. Man, it's almost as if you're a broadcaster. Just a perfect transition. 6:33 into the game. Once again, Tyler Barrow scored 50 seconds in. It would be Alexander Jemayev who doubled the lead. Well, you talk about players who have experience in the postseason, specifically in this league. Well, that's Alexander Jemayev. He's a Commissioners Cup champion, and, well, on the backhand, he was able to get it done, assisted by Lair and Dustin Jesso.
Yeah, Alex he is a veteran, and a veteran guy that's able to calm the guys. They look up to him, but he's a guy who proves it on the ice. Up and down, up and down. He's in the defensive zone when he needs to be. He's in the offensive zone when he needs to be. Now moved over to the wing with the acquisition of Jessup. And I actually like the look, the way I'm seeing it. So as far as the test drive is concerned, let's get into the office and put some numbers together on this because it looked pretty good.
It did look pretty good, and you're able to spread the wealth offensively, right?
Yeah.
In having Jemayev down there on the third line alongside Jesso, that creates more of an opportunity for your goal scorers like Ryan Hunter, Tyler Barrow, Kyle Moore, and that's not even to discuss Cody Wickline, who's not playing with the River Dragons, currently on injured reserve. Imagine what this team is going to look like when he is back. Yaroslav Yevdokimov, too, he's in the ECHL with the Utah Grizzlies. He could become a factor if the River Dragons make it past the first round. So many great things offensively to talk about with Columbus. The Moccasins, though, would answer, and they got a goal from their captain, their leader, Frank Schumacher. Second year with the Moccasins, second year as captain, and, well, after an elongated absence due to an injury during the regular season, he came back earlier this month against the River Dragons. He scored in his first game back, and now in game one of the playoffs, he gets his team right back into it with a tally at 16:45.
Well, for Monroe, that's a huge answer, too, and it came at the end of the period. So they were trailed for the most part of the period. They had some outstanding chances that were knocked away by Babbitt, got a little help from the crossbar. But in the situation of Schumacher's goal for Monroe, from their standpoint, now, okay, we just cut the deficit in half, obviously. We're not having to grip our stick so tight starting the second period, trying to have to climb out of the hole. And then you also have this feeling of, okay, all right, it's off our back. Now, they're a team that can put the puck in the net, as we've watched Monroe do it so many times.
We have.
So one thing you got to be careful with them, you got to still play that brand of hockey that you played in the first period against Monroe. Get them nervous again. Put more shots on Branch.
Got to get the first goal of the second period.
Yeah.
That's the key for me. Let's talk about the goaltenders. First, Trevor Babin, 10 saves on 11 shots. The quantity was there. I'm not sure if the quality was really there for Monroe. Their best quality chance, though, went into the back of the net. Nothing Babin could have done there. That was a perfectly executed odd-man rush inside of the offensive zone, and, kick save, rebound goes in.
One of the things that I think you can credit a little bit of that, too, is the fact that the defensemen inside the zone and forwards coming back are banging. So they're getting in the way of bodies. During the regular season, when I saw Monroe, they had a lot of they allowed them a lot of latitude as far as their movement skating wise. Well, you're right on them, so you're banging it. So you're getting a lot of what I would call broken plays, tips that are going into the slot. They're getting chances at it because they're that kind of a team. But at least the River Dragons are doing what they need to do. Be physical. Don't allow those guys to just walk in on Babin, because they can, if you let them, they get a step on you or they get inside of you, they're to the net and they're going to shoot.
Absolutely. The goaltender on the other side, Chris Branch, he made 9 saves on 11 shots. You talk about Tyler Masternak, who did not even make the trip. How about Branch getting his number?
That's just uncanny. There's intrigue in the fact of why Masternak's not here for game one of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then you got to scratch your head when, I don't know what Masternak's situation is. We don't know that up here. But could you imagine if you happen to turn on YouTube tonight up in Monroe while you got your feet up in the apartment and you see your number in goal? I don't know how I'd react.
Tyler Masternak may be having a night. I don't know what's going on. He's a great goalie, but
it might have to be, hey, Bunny, we're going to have to run to the convenience store. We need another sixer.
Well, what I can tell you is that Tyler Masternak is not here tonight. I'll tell you what, I was pretty confused up here in the booth. I thought my prep just went right out the window. I was like, I saw 35, and I was calling the goaltender Branch for a good 3-4 minutes. And I was like, wait a second. This has to be a wrong number situation. So if the Moccasins tried to confuse the broadcasters, well, you've done that.
Yes.
It's Chris Branch, 9 saves on 11 shots. And, I'll ask you one follow-up before we send it to a commercial break. Do you think there's any strategy perhaps there from the Moccasins? Maybe Masternak is still with the team. Maybe you just don't want your number 1 goaltender to have to play 3 games in 3 nights?
The only thing I could say on that is if somebody in the organization put a bet in FanDuel. Because there would be no way in the world that I would ever sit my number 1 goaltender out in the opening game of a playoff. So unless the fix is in, which it isn't, but what I'm saying is no other explanation needed.
Do you have an answer as to why Tyler Masternak is not here? Let us know. I don't have an answer. Mike Vee doesn't have an answer. But what we do have is a commercial timeout, which is coming your way right now.
Didn't think termites were up this early.
They really don't go to sleep. But now that it's warming up, termites really start moving.
But I'm good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry about pests this spring. Call Cooks, and you'll already be a step ahead of them.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons! Back here in Columbus, my name is Liam Gotimer. Alongside me is Mike Vee. We have 5 minutes and 45 seconds until the puck drops on the second period here on the Chattahoochee. But before we get you there, everybody watching, here is the out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo's Zippin'. And Mike, this is a playoff out-of-town scoreboard that we're going with at the moment. And the bottom 3 games from last week. The top 3 games, though, are what's going on tonight. There we go. Now it is all good to go. Let's start off with the Binghamton Black Bears and the Topeka Scarecrows. That's a best-of-3 series. Binghamton won Game 1 in Kansas. Game 2, Black Bears on home ice. It's 4-0 already.
That's a tough road for Topeka to have to draw Binghamton right off the first round. Hey, what my advice might be to Topeka, make sure you get that tee time early on Monday morning because chances are, after you collect the equipment, there'll be some time for golf.
Shout out to Topeka, though, because they were down in the third period in Game 1 of that series, and they made it a game late. They only lost by a final count of 4-3, but they still lost. That is a Game 2, but we have another Game 1 ongoing right now, and it's the other series in the Continental Division, the PD Ice Cats and the Athens Rock Lobsters. It's 3-2 PD in the second.
I'll tell you, we saw PD come into this building, and from what I saw from the first game that I saw PD play to the last game they played, that's not the same PD that was out there. They are a team to watch out for, and in the playoffs, Athens right now, got to be careful out there. You can't take it for granted, even though you won the division. PD wants to go on further than you in the playoffs, and like I said, it's a very, very quality hockey team that PD has out there.
It certainly is, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with if they are the team that makes it to the second round of the playoffs. Of course, whoever wins that series takes on the winner of this series with a chance to go to the Commissioners Cup final. One final game to tell you all about, the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Well, they secured a stunning win on home ice in Game 1 in overtime. They can end the series against the Prowlers with a win on the road. One tough place to play.
Well, You know, to steal a game on the road, that is so huge. And that's one of the things that you don't want to have
Blue Ridge
happen.
won at home game 1.
Oh, Blue Ridge won it.
Yeah.
Okay, they won it home. I got you.
But still, a chance for the lower seed to take down the Prowlers, who,
yeah.
right next to Binghamton, had an outstanding year.
As I was telling you, when we won the President's Cup in 2005 here with the Columbus Cottonmouths, I mean, we cut through the league like a hard knife through butter, and then end up, it was a best 3 out of 5 series, and we dropped the first game at home, and we just never recovered, and they knocked us out. They knocked the best team in that league out the first round in Jacksonville. I just, like I told you, I just never forget that series. It was a horrible feeling.
You never know what can happen in the great game of hockey. Thank you to our friends over at Zelmo Zippin for tonight's Out of Town scoreboard. And fans, did you miss out on any of our specialty jerseys this year? Well, custom specialty jerseys, your size, your name, your number. You could win the whole collection for as low as $20, or as $10, I should say. Don't wait, the raffle ends on 4/20. Head to Dash right now to grab your tickets and win the ultimate River Dragons jersey set. And Dragons fans, this is it, your last chance this season to snag a custom, authentic jersey. Any player, past or present, any number, any color, don't just be a fan. Wear what the pros wear. Adult jerseys to the left, youth jerseys to the right. Represent the Dragons the authentic way. Grab yours online before the deadline of April 19th. And fans, this year we hit 100,000 fans. I'd like to say that we could not do exactly that without all of you. Thank you so much for your support. Minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Monroe Moccasins for the second of 3 regulation periods of hockey on the Chattahoochee River tonight. As we welcome you back, there's a shot at the Moccasin goaltender, Chris Branch, who wears number 35. Made 9 saves on 11 shots, while his counterpart, Trevor Babin, stopped 10 of 11. We have a 2-1 hockey game. The goal scorers, first for the River Dragons in this order, Tyler Barrow at 50 seconds of the first period. Then Alexander Jemayev at 6:33, both of those goals coming at even strength. At 16:45, the Moccasins would score their first and only goal of the game thus far, the captain, Frank Schumacher. In the second period, the River Dragons will skate from right to left, while the Moccasins will attack from left to right. Head coach Bichard will open things up with your captain, number 11, Kirk Underwood, on each of his wings. Well, that is Brad Fortin and Ryan Hunter. On the back end, Mike Wynn and Josh Colton. In goal, Trevor Babin. The puck has been dropped. We are underway for the second period. The Moccasins take possession. This is Liam Gotimer saying, "It's go time!" Mike Wynn. A pass over to the far side wing. Brad Fortin leaves it to the trailer and Ryan Hunter. Hunter smudged up to the corner boards. Fortin and Underwood come over to support number 88. There is a turnover by the Moccasins. Columbus will keep it in their grasp. Kirk Underwood got to the red line and swept it back on along for Mike Wynn. We are 35 seconds into the period. The River Dragons have a 2-1 lead. Andrew Ballant. He got to the neutral zone only as far as center. And we have a stoppage and offside at the line on
you know, the
Moccasins.
Young defensemen. You got Mott, you got Wynn, playing good physical hockey. The first period, I think they played very well as a young squad out there.
Here's Kyle Moore. He got to the puck, but ran out of real estate a little bit. Still tried a fancy feed to the front. So Patakin on the backhand. Barrow threads the needle. Kyle Moore will take a big hit.
Yeah, he did.
From an oncoming Scantleberry. That was shoulder to shoulder, and Moore got knocked into the flank. Hagen Moe will let it rip. How about that pressure from behind? Barrow will send it up the ice. It's Moore with a driving Storjahan, and the pass never got there. Moore will bump into Matcham. Storjahan shoots, scores!
I'll tell you what, Storjahan wasted no time in getting that into the back of the net.
The big game player and the fire starter of the night gives Columbus a 3-1 lead.
Boy, one thing that you see with the River Dragons right now, they are really throwing out some very good passes to get themselves some opportunities there. I believe Barrow's the one who got the pass over to Storjahan.
Oh, how sweet it is. Yeah, baby, he scored. Tonight is Alex Storjahan's 22nd playoff game in the FPHL. That's his 29th point.
Penalty.
His 14th goal. We have a trip, and this will be on the Monroe Moccasins.
Well, it's the first power play called in this. Not the first penalties because they offset the roughs and then the two majors. But right here is the first time that they've called a stick foul. And now an opportunity to see the power play, which in the playoffs right here is certainly Columbus' stock and trade. And I'm interested to see if they'll throw Jesso in there.
Hey, Yanni Liarakos, there's a seat in the penalty box for you, buddy. So Kirk Underwood, left side, Tyler Barrow, goal line. The puck sent back for Barrow, up along the left side, Dasher. Underwood fakes the slapper, goes over to the top of the right circle. Ryan Hunter will go rink wide. Hunter, the blast, he missed the net. Ryan Hunter, the league leader in power play goals during the regular season, and he misses the net again. Kirk Underwood at the left point. The toss onto the tape of Moore. Taking a hit to make a play is Storjahan. Moore is planted in the near side corner of the ice. The puck rolled around for Ryan Hunter. He lifts the stick of Pick from behind. That allows Storjahan to scoop up the biscuit and sauce it over to the near wing. Kirk Underwood in the low corner. He'll go back up north to the top. Left point, Storjahan will switch places with Barrow. Barrow, left dot, off of his tape. He'll pick it up and swivel beneath the goal line. Barrow looking for an option. He's got one in Storjahan, but it missed his stick, and out of the zone, the puck goes.
Good puck movement. Throwing shots in on Branch, too. Great idea. Keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Columbus has already put one by Branch. In this second period, Alex Storjahan. Shorthanded chance here for Gerstein. He dances in, and Babin squeezes it up. An extra whack onto number 72 from number 71.
Well, Gerstein is that guy that if you give him a little step on you, and you see what he did, he just crossed over and just took it right to the net on Babin, and it's a great job for Babin to get down and not allowing him to get a second whack at it after he made the initial stop.
The goal for the River Dragons in this second period came at $1:24. Alex Storjahan from Kyle Moore. So Kyle Moore tonight, 2 assists. Alex Storjahan, a goal and an assist. The River Dragons still on the power play for 35 seconds. Monroe, though, wins the faceoff inside the defensive zone. So Josh Colton will move over to the far side corner of the ice. He'll bank it off of the end wall for Brody Thornton. Thornton, a defenseman out of Clinton Township, Michigan. This is Brad Thornton, a rookie forward out of Langley, British Columbia. Thornton for Dustin Jesso, just claimed off of waivers. Thornton, his feed. The zone exit is blocked. Thornton keeps it in on the forehand. Right side to the back door, they score!
I'll tell you again, right now keep her coming. Just keep them ripping. No let up. They're throwing the puck in on Branch, and they're shooting from everywhere. And that's what you got to do. And you're looking at Thornton, the young guy, getting rewarded for his hard work. And boy, does that kid come along and just kind of come out of nowhere and really has fit in well with this River Dragons team.
Brad Fortin had 10 points in 7 games since joining the club in the regular season. Well, in his very first playoff game, he finds the back of the net. It's 4-1. Good guys. There's a rip that missed to the blocker side of Babin. Now, got to keep the foot on the gas, Mike. 3-goal lead, that's nice to have, but still a lot of time to play.
No let up.
36 minutes left.
Absolutely, no let up whatsoever. Keep it coming.
36 minutes to victory. Let's hope. With the way the River Dragons are playing right now, they could have some more up their sleeves here in this second period. But on the offensive, it'll be Balsamo. Across, denied. My goodness, what a defensive play. Was that Gesso?
Gesso came back and made a great stop on that. Forward coming back. New guy. Like to see that.
Had a chance to talk with Dustin Gesso. It's a fun conversation. He said he was, oh, here's a breakaway. Here we go. Kyle Moore. Glove save by Branch. He got his left arm up and just whacked it out of the air. Kyle Moore had a chance to, well, add a goal to the 2 assists he already has tonight as Ballant. His pass cleaned right up by Colton. He can't get it out of the zone, though. Corson Green keeps it in. Right wing corner, Ballant. Ballant goes into a battle alongside Colton for the River Dragons and Storjahan. Columbus gets it out. Kyle Moore tries to thread the needle through the stick of Christie and Green. He couldn't. Christie denied him. Now match him with a chance to make something happen. D-to-D he goes. Out to center. Christie inadvertently will give it right up to the River Dragons and Tyler Barrow. Barrow opened up the scoring tonight. He heads off for a line change as he funnels it into the basement of the offensive zone for his team. The 4th goal of the game for Columbus comes on the power play. Number 61, Brad Fortin, his very first playoff goal in his professional career, in his first playoff game. Assisted by Dustin Gesso, he's now got his 2nd point as a River Dragon. And Josh Colton, number 5, as there's a skate-to-stick play by Pick. And you know what? When you need your goaltender to come up large, Trevor Babin right there.
Yeah, call 1-900-BABIN because he did a great job getting that pad out.
1-800-BABIN. I like that. Ryan Hunter, there's a shove onto the captain, Schumacher. Kirk Underwood, the captain and the leader of this team. His pass back to the blue. Brody Thornton had some trouble with it. We have a hurt Moccasin. That's Rasmus Asp. And he shoves his man down. I guess his arm is okay. Brody Thornton left point will fire, and Branch couldn't track it down. A slapper as the puck came off the wall by Mott, pinballed right in front. And Schumacher will get smudged up to the far glass, and he's iced it.
You know what? With the icing right there, a little bit of frustration, too, on that. Just didn't want to mess around with it. The only thing about this league in the playoffs, media timeout, you get a timeout on an icing.
You know what? My first game in Florence, I saw that. Absolutely perplexed.
Yeah.
Still perplexed. Game 1 of the playoffs. We'll be right back.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right?
Who are you?
Simple. We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler.
No problem.
That pool's for us. There's no lifeguard.
This is Aunt Joni. She's married to Uncle Phil. He's from Boca.
Aunt Joni, how is your husband, Phil?
Dead. But I'm very much alive.
I don't quite know.
Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Oh, that's so us, babe.
Pepsi. I'm not needed here.
Have a great party, guys. It really is a perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
The Moccasins down 4-1. Their bench a little bit quiet. That's not what we're used to seeing here at the Civic Center.
No, if you remember last time, there were quite a few words exchanged, particularly at the end of the game, throwing pucks.
Yeah, some pucks exchanged too. Yeah, well, scoreboard. 7 minutes into the second period. Dustin Gesso, the newest River Dragon, claimed off of waivers. He and his team will defend here against Pick. This is a 2-on-1, and Babin with the skate.
And he got run into hard. Hard did he get run into.
That was Sommers, who had crashed right into Babin. Babin kept the puck out. Gesso slides down on the seat of his pants, tries to make a play. He's out there alongside Scott Doherty and Alexander Jemayev, who has a goal tonight. Brody Thornton will shoot. That one did not get through to Branch. Doherty goes hard into the near side corner. Here's Nathaniel Mott, right side half boards. His sweep over to the left, picked up by Doherty, who will let it rip, and he got a tip from Gesso. That one just missed.
Nice idea.
Man, can Gesso do it all or what? He defends, he hits, he tips pucks. It's a good player that the River Dragons have brought in. Here's Jared Christie, also a good player and tonight's pest of the game. Right dot, Kyler Matthews. He can produce on the back end for Monroe. His shot hit a pile of bodies in front. The River Dragons get it out. This will be a breakaway for Kyle Moore. Kyle Moore, he scores!
Just a play that was blocked at the blue line. They see Moore. He had to wait for it, make a turn as he comes in, and then just floats a little one-hander through the five-hole of Branch, and wow, it's 5-1.
The Moccasins have no idea what just hit them. Hey, this is a message to the Federal Prospects Hockey League and everybody watching. The River Dragons are here, and we've got some unfinished business.
I'll tell you, they're taking care of it right now through this period and a half.
Crickets coming from that Monroe bench right now. Oh, baby. Fornaris just got rocked. And you know what, Mike? I want to mention this. Can we perhaps expect this game to get out of control a little bit on the Monroe side in terms of the frustration? Watch out. Here we go. Underwood scores!
And now you're going to see it kind of start get chippy right now.
It's a rout here in Columbus.
Not yet.
No, it's a rout here in Columbus. 6-1.
I'll tell you, it's remarkable the way this has kind of transpired. I did not think it would be a game like this. You certainly want to see your team get off to a smashing start, which they did in the first period to start things off. They close it up within one, but oh my goodness, right now, 4 straight unanswered goals by Monroe, and it is 6-1 here, and we still got a minute and 17 left to get to the halfway point.
Timeout, Monroe. I've got no words for you. You all are going to watch the Moccasin bench.
I do recall the last time that
the Moccasins were here. They decided to kick a puck over to us. Oh, no, not that.
Well,
okay.
They timeout that they called, and they pulled Branch and put in Masternak. This time they don't have that luxury to do that.
Yes, they do not. And you know what? Might I mention that Nolan Egbert is the backup goaltender tonight for the Monroe Moccasins. He has not played in many games this year.
Has he been on their roster for a while?
He has. 28 years old, out of North Massapequa, New York, so the same town Tyler Barrow is from. 4-0-1 this year, 3.57 goals against average, and an .876 save percentage. He had not played in a few months before getting the start on the last home game of the season, a game where the Moccasins lost to the Athens Rockhopsters.
Yeah.
And he's not coming into the game, so this is Branch's load to shoulder. And Russ Perrant and Jay Krupp just have to be stunned over there on the ice. I mean, the River Dragons don't beat them at all during regulation, during the regular season. And in the playoffs, it looks like these two teams are not on the same level.
Oh.
And Captain Kirk, the latest.
I mean, Kirk Underwood gets it done again. since moving up to the forward position, and it's arguably he's your best defenseman. You got him up at forward, but he produces at forward.
He's unreal. How can you not love Kirk? We have a penalty. Will this be on Monroe here, or will the referees even us up? And, well, the Moccasins are going right back to the box as Brad Sommers. Man, we can make this a touchdown plus the extra point. And you know what? On that note, a special shout-out to our friends, the Columbus Lions, who opened up their season last night, and they beat the Tri-City River Gators by a final score. Ready for this? 79-0.
Wow, a defensive struggle there, huh? My goodness.
Go support the Columbus Lions. It's a great time. I had a chance to watch the broadcast last night. It was a lot of fun. Support our friends here at the Civic Center. Go Lions, go. A 79-0 win in their opening contest of the year.
I know Rick Jacobson been a big part of that franchise for a long time, and of course Rick used to work for us.
2 minutes for you can't do that to Sommers. No, 2 minutes for high sticking. The power play, as always, proudly brought to you by Publix. Ryan Hunter, a backhander, and Branch, after getting a new stick, uses it right away.
He was just in too tight for that backhand to go in.
The puck zipped right across from right to left. Storjahan surveys his options, goes down low with it. And this will be Fornaris, who will try to make something happen himself. Fornaris out of Miami, Florida. Ballant.
Don't let him get loose.
Fornaris one-timer, and there you go, he got loose.
He does that little shift and he gets lost. You lose him, and you got to stay with him.
Got lost in the marinara sauce. I'm a vodka guy. All right, vodka sauce, that is. So Alex Storjahan, left wing side, Tyler Barrow. He's your MVP this year. I know it hasn't come out yet, but he is your MVP as Branch makes a glove save. We are 1:02 into the power play. 9:44 to go here in the second period. Can you believe we're just 16 seconds past the halfway mark of the game? Still a lot left to play. The score 6-1.
Well, you're going to see some of...
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Brad Sommers is in the penalty box. The River Dragons are on the Publix power play. My name is Liam G. My color commentator's name is Mike Vee.
Well, with this game being 6-1, and we're just over the halfway mark, you're going to have to keep your head on the swivel if you're the River Dragons, because you know it's going to get chippy out there. It's just a natural progression of teams losing in the play or losing a game in the playoffs.
Colton one-timer hit a body in front. Galvin dug it out, and Branch slammed the door shut. There's a keep by Brody Thornton, who will move his feet. Thornton at the top of the zone. This is Colton. Thornton, puck on his forehand. Left wing corner, Galvin. He plays catch with Colton. Galvin shifts over to the center of the dot and let it rip. Here's Dustin Gesso getting his first bit of power play time as a Dragon. He'll speed around the net and miss high blocker. Give Gesso the puck again. I want to see what he's able to do.
I mean, he's very smooth handling the puck for sure and got a nice shot off.
Here's Gesso. He's got it. Goes skate to stick. Power play is over right now. Gesso, his shot, he fanned on it. But you know what? He may have fanned on the shot, but he still bumped Pick enough to prevent him from working out on a 2-on-1 with Sommers, who was coming out of the box.
Yeah, you make a mistake, you cover up for it.
Fortin has a chance to make a play. He turns his back to his opposition in Gerstein. All he can do is swipe at an attempt to pick up the puck. Brody Thornton, though, evades a hit and will dump it in, and he'll speed right into the attacking end. Thornton, an active stick. Turnover created. Scott Doherty! Branch made the save. Man, when Doherty uses his frame to his advantage, he's a force to be reckoned with. He does so again. Doherty overskated. He'll keep it in, though. Jemayev already with a goal tonight. Here's Balkwill straight on. He'll go over to the right. Patakin thinks about shooting, goes over to the half boards instead. Jemayev has Patakin teed up, went for Balkwill. Here is Jemayev, high slot, and, well, Gerstein was right on behind him, and he stripped him of the puck. And Gerstein will back it up for his defense with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to play here in the second period. Columbus with a commanding 5-goal lead. The River Dragons tonight have 6 goals on 18 shots. And you know what, Mike? I'll say this too. It says a lot about the confidence of the coaching staff in Nolan Egbert not to pull your starting goaltender after giving up 6 goals on 18 shots.
Yeah.
I mean, shocker, really. Jared Christie, here's a chance.
Penalty
and he
coming
drew a
up.
penalty, and, well, how about Lair Patakin saving the day and preventing a goal, and you have to wonder if that puck did go in on the follow-up. I don't believe it did. But it's going to be a hook on Patakin.
Yeah, I mean, they blew the whistle down.
Patakin frustrated about it. Maybe a little bit shaken up too.
I think he might have took a slash in the hand. I think you got to watch, like, again, you know, when playoff games get out of hand, it's up to the referee to keep control. When guys start taking little liberties here and there, particularly little slashes, little spears, little things that you do to try to get under the skin of the other team, because misery loves company, don't engage. Just when it whistled down, skate away.
I'll say this too.
Don't give him an opportunity.
The score might be 6-1. This penalty kill is a big moment in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've seen Monroe. They get one. They can storm right on back. There you go. You win the face-off, and you get yourself a clear right away with help from the Moccasins.
Well, I was going to say Forneris.
I thought I overspoke there.
Nice little clear for us. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Carlos. The penalty kill is proudly brought to you by Floor and Decor. Mike Wynn, that long reach, will dump it straight out. How about that?
Love it. Don't mess around with it. Just get it out.
From 144 to another. This is Kyler Matthews. Forneris to center. Matthews over to the left wing side. Sommers has gained the zone. Matthews left point now straight away. That took a tip. Multiple players looking for it. Babin sticks it aside. Galvin can't clear. Matthews got his body in the way. Mike Wynn with a chance. Christie got to the puck first, and Babin fought it off. Matthews left point. Utilizes the boards to bank it on along for Sommers. Sommers has it back, rink wide. That was a howitzer of a feed for Forneris. All he could do was pick it up off of the boards. Sommers works in, shoots. That one hit a body. Here's Forneris in the same spot. One-timer Christie, and Babin got into position, but the puck never got to him. River Dragons need a clear here. A save or a clear. Sommers, goal line. Gerstein turns and shoots, and Babin had the answer. Matthews moves it quickly. Sommers right dot, and Forneris denied by Babin, and then checked by Wynn, and the puck cleared right out.
I will tell you what, talk about an unbelievable get back in to make a save. Babin just made an unreal save. A human highlight film there.
I think it's about some time that the league puts respect on Trevor Babin's name.
Right.
He's one of the best goaltenders in this league. He is absolutely insane.
He is on.
Night in and night out.
He is on tonight.
Corson Green over to the left. This is a drift. Green, one-timer, Liaraco, save made by Babin, and Fortin gets one last clear. The power play will be over in 8 seconds. That's not enough time for Monroe to skate into the attacking end and set up, so this power play is over. Out of the box, Patakin. Here's a drive from Liarakos, and Babin said, get out of here with that one, Yanni.
Boy, he's just been incredible in net right here. With a 6-1 lead, Columbus an immediate timeout.
We'll be right back. I'm going to go run up some steps.
The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons!
Mike, you take this one. I don't have a lot of breath.
I got you on that. Hey, 6-1, 19-18 on the shots. That actually in favor of Monroe, but on the scoreboard, it's 6-1 Columbus in this period with 4 straight goals, but still have 4:59 remaining here in the second period. And the faceoff inside of the River Dragon zone.
The shots are 19-18, Monroe. The Moccasins mysteriously without their starting goaltender, Tyler Masternak. He did not make the trip. Chris Branch did, and he makes a blocker save. There's a keep from Brody Thornton. Something's coming here. Storjahan for his second goal of the game. He missed just wide. Barrow with Moore and Storjahan. Man, this line's been so good that when Cody Wickline comes back, I'm not sure. Whoever's playing alongside Storjahan and Tyler Barrow, I mean, just creating beauty on ice.
Nice problem to have when you have too many good players.
So much talent on this Dragons team. In net, on the backhand, up front, I mean. There is a sauce pass for Tyler Barrow. It deflected off of his gear, so he'll go crashing into the near side corner boards against 2 Moccasins, and it's picked out by Matcham. Matcham will lollipop it to the opposing blue line. Liarakos slew-footed his man. That was Patakin. Patakin back up, he's okay. The puck's still deep. Balkwill will say enough of that, and we'll get it out. Gerstein's entry, that is what they call offside. And you know what? I haven't gotten a chance to ask everybody watching, or you, Mike, do you need a little bit off your sides? Do you?
I do.
You're looking good.
It's still there, but I mean, it's getting a little longer than I need to.
Let's see if we can cut it back to the booth for a second. Do I need a little bit off my sides, do I? I think I'm okay.
Look good.
You think I was going to have long hair or short hair for playoff hockey? No. I perfectly timed the haircut, so my hair would look perfect tonight.
Old school barbershop.
Old school barbershop. Appointments are required. Book online on Facebook, Instagram, or at www.oldschoolbarbershop.com. Shop spelled SHOPPE. Slapper from Liarakos. That hit the mesh.
Boy, Gerstein's upset. He got kind of hit close to the wall and kind of went in face first to the dasher. And he got up a little bit of slow and tripping the ref at the same time. But no call.
That's unfortunate for him. The Ice Cats have a 4-2 lead over the Rock Lobsters on the road in Game 1.
Man, all kinds of trouble coming up in playoff on Game 1s. And an upset already in Game 1.
Let's see if we can get an update for us on Port Huron and the Blue Ridge Bobcats, because Blue Ridge can also end that series tonight. A best of 3, man. Things are way too short. Battle all season long just for it to be over.
Yep.
It's 4-1 Prowlers, so it's looking like Port Huron will live to play another day. As there's a potential icing. Can Dustin Gesso get to the puck first? He does. Great call by the linesman. And Gesso,
and a penalty.
well, he got cross-checked and no response. Beautiful stuff from Gesso. I'll take my power play, right?
He's been around, 216 games with 300 goals. And he's in a playoff game in his first game.
300 points in 216 games.
Not the time to retaliate. Perfect veteran move. Just suck it up and get your team a power play.
Kyler Matthews been doing that all season, playing the River Dragons. Go to the box.
I believe this is his second time that he's ended up in the box tonight.
Columbus now to the Public's power play. A quick note on Kyler Matthews. Started his pro career in the FPHL with Elmira. His next 175 pro games would be in the ECHL and SPHL.
Been around.
He's been around. Now he's been around to the penalty box twice. Dustin Gesso, the player that drew the penalty, will come into the dot. Gesso spent a little bit of time with the Monroe Moccasins throughout his pro career. Gesso had 48 points in 33 games in combined play with PD and Blue Ridge before being put on waivers by the Bobcats. And sometimes it doesn't work in specific locker rooms, but Gesso now here with Columbus, and he's been producing. Slapper, Colton, pad save. Gesso the keep. It's 2 minutes for elbowing onto Matthews. Gesso shoots. Missed far blocker side. Brody Thornton. He's got Gesso teed up. He shoots. Branch stood up to glove it down. Here's Thornton, the stuff-in try. He had his stick lifted by Green. Still will get it to the net, and Branch will smother.
Smartest thing for Branch to do in that play. It was just kind of between the skates of the defenseman. And just reach in there and tie it up. Don't play around with it.
It's 6-2 PD over Athens, Mike.
6-2.
It's 6-2.
Wow. I told you them PD Ice Cats, they're no joke.
Federal Prospects Hockey League site says 5-6 was just announced here in the building. But right now it is 5-2, but still a crazy separation in that score. It is 6-2 now. It is 6-2. And you know what, for PD, they are a complete team. It's just the goaltending. They got Brendan Colgan and Parker Rutherford, who are very good, but they are no Carter McPhail or Trevor Babin or Tyler Roy. But outside of that, PD is, they're well built.
Oh.
Columbus on the power play for another $120. Gesso to the middle. Galvin hit without the puck. Come on.
No, it was a hand pass.
They're going to call hand pass.
Yeah.
Which is the right call, but Galvin roughed up there in between the circles, in my opinion.
Now, for whatever reason, Barrow had to go to the locker room, and he's back on the ice.
Tyler Barrow did go off to the room. Good catch there, Mike. He is now on the sheet.
Well, I was wondering where he was because they moved Jessup up on top, and Jessup looked pretty good handling the puck up top on the power play.
Yeah, he did. An embarrassment of riches for Columbus while up a man. Just overall this season. Did you have 6-1 River Dragons with 2 minutes left in the second on your bingo card tonight?
I did not.
I did not. I had a tight physical game, and this, it's been physical. It hasn't really been tight. We're going to have another penalty here.
Roughing.
It's going to be rough. They're going to take both players.
I think they're taking just the Columbus player.
Just Kyle Moore. I never liked just taking one player for a rough. Never liked it.
Well, it depends on who got caught with the punch. And Moore obviously gave a shot, and he got caught. I didn't see if there was anything prior to that, which I'm sure there was. But generally what ends up happening is they catch the last one.
They'll catch the retaliation. So 57 seconds remaining on Kyler Matthews' elbowing penalty. 2 minutes now on the board for Kyle Moore. So the two teams will skate four aside for the next 57 seconds. Then Monroe will have an abbreviated power play for a substantial amount of the remaining $140 that is left in the frame. So Josh Colton goes to work at the boards. He wins the battle, and Tyler Barrow will clear. He was looking for Storjahan, who had bled past the defense. Ballant. Oh, man, Barrow is nearly off to the races. Forneris keeps it in, though. On the backhand, the slippery, smooth Christie. Babin made a save. Storjahan's clearing attempt well. Forneris kept it. Forneris now all wrapped up by a combination of Wynn and Barrow.
Oh, and he's hurt.
And Forneris is hurt. Carlos Forneris is down, and he gets back up, and he is not putting any weight on his left leg.
No.
You just hope that Carlos Forneris is okay as the River Dragons nearly score themselves. Storjahan came inches away. And man, if Monroe is without their leading point producer and their starting goaltender, oh, baby.
A lot of concern there on the bench, trainer there.
And Carlos Forneris, a very good man, has played in the SPHL, has played in the ECHL. He's supremely talented. You never want to see a player get injured. 85 points this year. 21 game point streak to end the regular season. 34 points in that span. 12 points versus the River Dragons during the regular season head-to-head for Forneris. And he is down, and
I think he's back up standing on it now.
Now standing, which is good to see. Glad that he is all right. Columbus still on the floor in the core penalty kill. Here's a chance and a miss. High glove. That was close. Liarakos for an oncoming. Schumacher already with a goal tonight. That went off of the side of the cage, hit the netting. And the River Dragons will lift it up off of the outstretched stick, or over the outstretched stick, I should say, of Liarakos. With 12 seconds left. Matthews just out of the box. Columbus needs to keep Monroe off of the board for the next 5 seconds. Forneris, one-timer, missed high, and they will do just that.
What a period. Well, Forneris didn't miss much time on that injury. Came right back out on the power play. But I'll tell you, there's some periods you see in playoff hockey, and there's some periods that you see. And that one right there, I don't know if you can get a better period for a team to skate in a second period of a playoff game. That was just incredible. The River Dragons just took it to Monroe.
Tonight has been simply epic. We are going to break down the entire contest up to this point when we return to the Columbus Civic Center. The River Dragons 6, Moccasins 1.
You're not the only one, but this can be heavy.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
An orthopedic injury doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the ER. Houston Urgent Ortho now offers orthopedic urgent care 6 days a week. At Houston Urgent Ortho, see an orthopedic specialist for your fracture, sprain, strain, or pain. Everything you need for your orthopedic injury is here, because orthopedics is all we do. Go straight to the specialist. Go to Houston Urgent Ortho.
Guys, it's 6-1 after 40 minutes. Don't you just love it? Can't wipe this smirk off my face. Liam G and Mike V here inside of the broadcast booth. And Mike, well, you talk about, just destroying your opponent through 40 minutes of play. That's what the River Dragons are doing.
Well, I mean, they took advantage of miscues and uncharacteristic miscues by Monroe that we've seen them in their own zone. The River Dragons have played an outstanding game defensively. I think that's kind of being overshadowed by the amount of goals that you see. But defensively, they're not allowing Monroe to get the second and third opportunities, something that Monroe is very, very good at doing. Add to a little bit of unbelievable goaltending play by Babin, and you get a 6-1 lead.
That's a great equation, isn't it? The goal scoring started 50 seconds into the contest, and you know what? Sometimes you need to rely upon your best player to come through in the biggest moments, and Tyler Barrow wasted no time. 2-on-1, finished off by number 8. Kyle Moore set him up. Alex Storjahan, the secondary assist.
And that's one of the things that your leaders do. They get on the board, and they get you that lead. And the one thing that was, which was extreme, which I thought about, I've seen a lot of leads between Columbus and Monroe, and I've seen them dissipate.
Yep.
So as much as it's the way it is out, you still got to play another 20 minutes of hockey. But as we saw, the 1-goal lead kept getting, and you kept expanding the lead throughout the period.
The River Dragons expanded the lead, just as Mike mentioned, at 6:33. You know, you talked about veteran players coming through. Alexander Jemayev, number 71. He got one bite at the apple, then he got another one, and well, he found the core, assisted by Lair Patakin and Dustin Gesso. I believe he got that puck in on the backhand.
Yeah, I mean, and Jemayev, again, there's another guy, a leader in the room, comes out there, gets his 2 cents in, gets his name on the score sheet, and then, you know, like everything else, you can't keep Monroe down forever, and they came back.
At 16:45, it would be Frank Schumacher, the captain, leading by example. The goal was assisted by Brad Sommers, who has been active tonight up front for the Monroe Moccasins, and Carlos Forneris, number 9. This was a good save made by Babin, but, you know, you talk about the River Dragons doing a nice job controlling those second and third opportunities. This was one of just a few moments tonight where we saw a secondary chance come towards the way of the opposition, and they took advantage.
And, you know, turnovers in your own zone and rushes that are odd man rushes. It's been well defended throughout the second period. In the first period, that was really the only breakdown that I saw that resulted in a goal. Obviously, the only goal that Monroe had.
The River Dragons with a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes of play. Then in the second period, I talked about during the intermission how it was imperative upon the Dragons to get the first goal. And a minute 24 in, they do so again. Alex Storjahan from the low slot, he picked his spot.
And early in the period again, and you expanded it back to a 2-goal lead. And as we said, goaltending, a big issue in the playoffs. You get a hot goaltender, you ride that guy all the way to the cup. You got a situation where your number 1 doesn't make the trip, as we talked about with Mashanek not being here. Branch kind of just throw him in the fire.
Yep.
And then the rest of it for Monroe, you can see how it ended up working out for the rest of the period.
The River Dragons would score again just a couple of minutes later. It would be Brad Fortin, number 61. There's a rookie who made a name for himself through 7 games played to end the regular season, his very first professional playoff game. And, well, he lights the lamp.
Well, I mean, and you can't say enough good about Fortin. Just seen him come in from the first shift he took, and he's been an exciting player. The guy who gives it his all. A rookie that comes in here and made an absolute impact, and, again, made an impact in this game.
The goal for Fortin was scored on the power play. Of note, the River Dragons have scored 6 times tonight, just 1 time on the power play. You know, for a long time during the regular season, the River Dragons were a team that relied heavily upon the power play for all of their goals on some nights. And here tonight, they have scored 5 times at even strength. I think that is certainly something to note. The even strength goals would pick up again at 8:18 when Kyle Moore would score. And then, you know, Kyle Moore, he already had 2 assists prior to that goal. And now he adds a tally onto his name.
We saw Kyle towards the end of the regular season kind of come on, you know, and obviously just continue that momentum into the playoffs. You need a guy like Kyle Moore to go in there and do what he do. How he gets it done. That's what I'm trying to say real quick without touching. But he is that guy that if you get production from those for Kyle Moore, you've got production that's going to be successful for you, and we're watching it get spread around here. And Kyle Moore, watch out for him for the rest of the game.
And it was that whole first line that produced that goal, Mike. Scored at 8:18. Moore was the one who receives all the glory. But Tyler Barrow, the primary assist. Alex Storjahan, the secondary assist. So Kyle Moore, at that point, a goal and 2 assists. Tyler Barrow, at that point, a goal and an assist. And for Alex Storjahan, 3 points as well, a goal and 2 helpers. But Mike, the River Dragons would not be done there. They scored 25 seconds later. The captain, Kirk Underwood, 3 goals in 4 games since April the 3rd, since being moved up front alongside the forward group. And he has found the back of the net again. He's hot.
Well, I mean, with the injury to Wickline, and obviously that's a big loss, they had to do something to fill in that hole. I know they sent just so, but to get, Kirk Underwood, the captain, like I said, tell him to put on the mask and the pads. He'll go out there and do that for you. Does whatever he has to do for this team. He gets out there, and as your best defenseman, he's come up as forward, and at center has produced 2 game winners, as a matter of fact, in overtime. So, I mean,
one against the Moccasins.
I mean, you can't say enough good about Kirk Underwood and what he means to this team and how he plays each and every game.
And the example that he sets off of the ice, too. Trevor Babin, the goaltender, 21 saves on 22 shots. Very seldom is Trevor Babin not the star of the show in a game here at the Civic Center, but really it's been the offense tonight. But shout out to number 72, who has been ready for every shot that has come his way outside of one.
You say that, but Babin has made some really big stops to keep Monroe from getting any kind of traction. So, You know what? I mean, they've had chances. They've had some chances, but Babin has shut them down, thankfully.
The shots on goal are close, 23-22. The goals are not. The other goaltender is Chris Branch, who is mysteriously wearing Tyler Masternak's number.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I would really like to know. I'm going to go on a hunt for Tyler Masternak when I get to Monroe tomorrow morning. But Chris Branch is in the net tonight. I mean, 17 saves on 23 shots.
That, it's tough to blame him. Maybe there's 1 or 2 in there that you say you'd like to have it back for the way they kind of went in the 5-hole, the little 5-holes, the little trickery by Moore on that break-in.
Yep.
I mean, maybe that's one of them, but for the most part, it's really been his defense has kind of collapsed around him. They're running around a little more, way more so than I've seen Monroe. Yep. They're not moving the puck out like they normally have. Credit Columbus with a bit of forechecking there, and they're just out of sync. And like I say, there's a certain amount of, I'm so confident when I have a particular goaltender. My number 1 goaltender is when the number 2 goaltender is. There's some psyche that comes into the team saying, all right, guys, we got to back them up a little bit here. We got to prop them up, make sure. And then when goals start coming in and they kind of were progressive the way they kept coming in, the confidence goes away, and that's a tough thing.
On that note, Mike, the Moccasins are not losing tonight's game because of their goaltender.
No, they're not.
They would be losing right now 4-5-1 if Masternak was in the net. So that just goes to show that the effort that the River Dragons are putting forth tonight, it's not an indication of the netminder for the opposing team. It's all about the Dragons and how they've come ready to play on home ice, trying to take a stranglehold on this best-of-3 series. They're 20 minutes away from a 1-0 series lead. We'll be right back.
Didn't think termites were up this early.
They really don't go to sleep. But now that it's warming up, termites really start moving.
But I'm good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry about pests this spring. Call Cooks, and you'll already be a step ahead of them.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go.
Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons!
Back here at the Columbus Civic Center. 5:35 on the clock. That's how much time is left until the puck drops on the third period. So real quick, let's get to it. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. Mike, the Binghamton Black Bears are right on the precipice of knocking the Topeka Scarecrows out of the first round of the Commissioners Cup playoffs. They're up 5-2 in the third. It's good to see some pushback, though, from Topeka. They were once down 4-0, and they made it a game.
Well, I mean, you know, you want to go out in your season one way or the other, and then there's a situation that if you know you're outmatched, and the lead gets there, hey, you chip it away, a couple of goal leads. You never know. You could extend this series.
Speaking of outmatched, well, that's the Athens Rock Lobsters against the PD Ice Cats. It's 6-2 PD. And you know what? I talked about it last weekend, right, during the last two regular season home games, that the Ice Cats changed up their roster quite a bit at the deadline. They brought in players like Alexander Laikov and Vadim Frolov and Dominic Delasavita. They signed Jacob Hamilton out of the ECHL. They brought Brendan Colgan, the former River Dragon, in to protect the net. Alongside him is Parker Rutherford. They have made so many changes. It's not the team that Columbus beat the first few times that they went head-to-head against the Ice Cats, not even close to the same group. And they are going into the tank, the home ice of the Athens Rock Lobsters, a place that Athens has very seldom been defeated in, and are beating them by 4 goals halfway through the third.
I mean, there's a lot of shock Bulldogs up there in Athens land. And what I can tell you is I saw PD, and I watched them get better and better and better, and guess what? They're showing it tonight.
Yes, they are. They can take a 1-0 series lead if that score holds. No series will end tonight outside of the Topeka Scarecrows and the Binghamton Black Bears. The Blue Ridge Bobcats and the Port Huron Prowlers. It's 4-1. Port Huron, they did well to hold serve on home ice. Down 1-0 in a series that, if you ask them, they believe that they should win. They lost in overtime in Game 1 on the road. It's good to see them live to fight another day, it seems.
I think that I haven't seen Blue Ridge play at all, nor have I seen Port Huron.
Blue Ridge came in here during the regular season and played really well, beat us in both games.
One thing that you come into the playoffs, it's a whole different story, but you got to see how this one's going to end up transpiring, and if it goes to a Game 3, who do you think?
For me, I've been a huge fan of the Blue Ridge Bobcats all season. I mean, when they came in here, you know, they looked like a battle-tested group who can excel in all 3 zones. They have a very good goaltender in Anthony Schrum, who I don't believe gets a lot of love around the league. Number 83, tip of the cap to you. I'm a fan over here in Columbus. And even though they don't have players like Dustin Gesso anymore, you know, they are well built. They've got good coaching, but Port Huron is a tough test, so you know that series for me could go either way. Before the third period begins, fans, did you miss out on any of our specialty jerseys this year? Well, here's your second chance. We are raffling off a bundle of 5, yes 5, custom specialty jerseys, your size, your name, your number. You could win the whole collection for as low as $10. Don't wait, the raffle ends on 4/20. Head to Dash right now to grab your tickets and win the ultimate River Dragons jersey set. And Dragons fans, this is it. Your last chance this season to snag a custom authentic jersey. Any player, past or present, any number, any color. Don't just be a fan. Wear what the pros wear. Represent the Dragons the authentic way. Grab yours online before the deadline of April 19th. Adult jerseys to the left, youth jerseys to the right. Back to ice level we go. 20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Monroe Moccasins for the third of 3 regulation periods of hockey on the Chattahoochee River tonight.
you know, regardless of how this game ends tonight, you know you're in Monroe tomorrow night. And then, if necessary, on Sunday night. So I hope you got a good restaurant up there. You can be able to have some of that. I don't know if they even have the Cajun food too much in Monroe. I know when I was in Louisiana, it wasn't that big up there, but certainly big down when you get to the southern part of Louisiana.
I'll tell you what, no food for me. If the score holds, I'll be showing up to game 2 in all black. Why is that? The potential funeral of the Monroe Moccasins.
Oh, man. Be very, very careful. Now, because that jacket,
it's not coming off.
No, that's what I was saying. You're not changing. Yeah, you're not changing jackets.
To be fair, there's a little bit of gray in here, you know.
Yeah.
Heather gray. All right. So the River Dragons on the floor in the core penalty kill for 18 seconds to begin the frame. Columbus will escape from left to right. Monroe from right to left. At the center ice logo, it is your captain, number 11, Kirk Underwood. He has scored tonight. And Carlos Forneris, number 9. The puck has been dropped. We are underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the 3rd period of Game 1 of Round 1 of the Commissioners Cup playoffs. So Kirk Underwood, number 11, he'll look to get the clear that secures this successful penalty kill. Out of the box comes Kyle Moore. He'll fumble the biscuit, so Hagen Moe gets to it first. His pass to the slot will bleed over to the right point. Kyler Matthews will fling it on. It goes off to the side of the net. So Hagen Moe, he's been quiet tonight. 7 goals head-to-head against the River Dragons during the regular season. Jamie Dorsey left point, blocker saved by Babin. Dorsey again. Hit a body. Forneris with some space. Through the stick of Ballant. There's a slapper from the right. That was Matthews. Did not get through to the net. Kirk Underwood will set up a 2-on-1 with Fortin. Underwood, offside, scores!
Oh, man. Oh, man. Let me tell you what.
Oh, captain, my captain. It's 7-1 River Dragons.
That is the last thing Monroe needed, certainly. Coming off the power play, the kill. Moore comes out, makes a play, chip the puck up. Underwood rushes a possible 2-on-1. He decides to take it wide and then shoot a wrister and beats Branch. And I think that's going to be it for Branch. I think no mas. It is. They're pulling him.
Chris Branch is done. Nolan Egbert coming in. It's time for the River Dragons to crack the egg. All right, a little personal throwback here, Mike. The first ever hockey game I called in college. SUNY Oswego against SUNY Brockport. In the net for SUNY Brockport that night, Nolan Egbert.
See, life goes full circle for you. You go from the NCAA to professional hockey, and the guy you started it off with is here tonight.
He was an opponent that night. He's an opponent tonight. Nolan Egbert in the net. Chris Branch is gone. Branch gave up 7 goals on 24 shots. He made 17 saves. And you know what? I don't think that the River Dragons are going to see Chris Branch tomorrow, if I had to guess.
I mean, again, I don't know what the situation is.
We'll see how Egbert fares. And, well, here we go. Just so, breakaway, scores!
Getting out of hand now.
The route is on in Columbus. It's 8-1. Can I say the route is on now?
Yeah, well, it is a route right now, but there's still 18 minutes and 34 seconds left.
Oh, that Monroe bench is so quiet over there. Oh, I can hear the crickets. Well, not as fun when the scoreboard looks like this. It's 8-1.
And immediate impact. You got a guy you just signed, Gesso. Now 2 assists and a goal. And he came in and just put that right by.
And Egbert came in, you know, the first shot that he faced slipped right around the backhand. But, you know, right around him on the backhand, I should say.
Let me just say this. It's the goaltending, you know, not obviously a great position to be in, but Monroe is not supporting their goaltenders. It's a breakaway. There's a breakaway goal.
Is that the second breakaway of the game?
Yes.
I believe the first was to Kyle Moore, and the second one went to Gesso. Moore went backhand 5-hole.
Moore went one-handed in the 5-0, yeah.
And you know what? How about the hands of Gesso?
It's just talent. The guy's bleeding talent.
(8-1) here in game one.
I would have never thought it. I mean, you know, it's a playoff game. Monroe, the way they have been.
But you know what? It's a tough position to be in. I mean, to not have your starting goaltender. Monroe, a great season. Shout out to them. And you know what? This is still a best-of-3 series. And you know what? Of note, you know, you got to keep it unbiased and you got to keep it honest, right? The River Dragons have played 4 games in Monroe, and they have not won any of those games. They came closest on earlier in the month, but they still fell by a final score of 6-2.
I mean, it's you know.
So this is a very good team. This is a battle-tested team.
Yeah.
They are well coached with Russ Perrant and Jake Krupp. They can score like the wind. So this is not to take anything away from the Monroe Moccasins. And you know what? They played well, 26-23. It's not like you're getting heavily outshot. It's not like the shots on goal are 50-12. It's 26-23. It's just the better of the scoring chances have went to the River Dragons, and they've been able to take advantage.
I mean, yeah, capitalize. They have taken advantage, and they finished. And I like the way they're playing physically in their own zone. I like the way they're moving the puck. And I have not seen this many breakaways.
So Hagen Moe goes to the box. Here's Storjahan. He'll shoot, and Egbert closes the pads onto that puck. Hunter, one-timer, Underwood. And you know what? Kirk Underwood, the captain, is now on hat-trick watch, might I add. How about the captain, Mike?
I mean, Kirk Underwood, I mean, you know, got the 7th goal.
Give credit to the captain where it's due. You know, to be playing on defense all season and to be moved up front. Not an unfamiliar position. Of course, Kirk is a natural centerman. But to not having played there, right? To be able to slide in and just make the adjustment with a plum. It's...
Well, again, you know, I mean...
It's nice to see.
I mean, the defensive core of Columbus is solid. Kirk Underwood being an anchor back there. Called up into action to be at a center and didn't miss a beat. Just decided he's going to play center as well as he plays defense.
Jared Christie's the pest of the game tonight. He wears number 5 out of Costa Mesa, California. He's on the ice right now. But it's his opposite number, Josh Colton, who has the puck for the River Dragons. We have 30 seconds left to go here. Gesso will dance right in. Fortin with him. Colton the dish. And Galvin will back it up into his own zone. Galvin will twirl. Fortin connects with Asp. And Colton on the right side of the red line will back it up for his defense. With 15 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the third. Out of the penalty box is Hagen Moe. Brody Thornton with a chance, and Egbert makes the save. Egbert got his blocker out. Egbert wears number 41 for the Monroe Moccasins. He has spent most of the year as their third goaltender alongside Tyler Masternak and Chris Branch when Branch did join the team. Egbert, formerly of the Binghamton Black Bears, and you know, Mike, we know how talented the Black Bears are in every single position. As Forneris will shoot, rebound comes out, and Hagen Moe slips it through the 5-hole of Babin. That's a goal. It's 8-2.
You got to credit Monroe. Got to credit Monroe for not just folding up the tent, and they're not going away. They need to build on something, and one thing you would like to try to do is you try to get the lamp lit by Babin a few times and try to get into his psyche or break down his confidence, which is a very difficult thing to do.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, right? Monroe may have been down. It may have been down big. The score was 8-1. It was a 7-goal difference. But this is a team that has played exceptionally well all season, and specifically against the River Dragons. And Hagen Moe, if you combine the playoffs and the regular season, you can make it 8 goals head-to-head for Hagen Moe. So 8 goals for number 8 against just the River Dragons. So the River Dragons and the Moccasins with an 8-2 score, and the Rock Lobsters and the Ice Cats with an 8-2 score.
Oh, PD 8?
8-2, yes.
Wow.
So how about that? Both lower seeds. You know, of course, PD on the road tonight, but 6-goal separation. Here comes another chance for Bellant. Bellant, trailer, Dorsey, Babin the save. And he'll make the save. We'll be right back to the Civic Center.
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity.
Season after season.
Mileage.
All day, every day.
Kind of young sung hero, huh? Same reason people trust us. Toyota. Reliable wherever the grind takes you.
14:29 to play here in the third period. The River Dragons have an 8-2 lead over the Monroe Moccasins. My name is Liam G. Alongside me is Mike Vee.
We got a prescription that we need right now.
For what?
More cowbell. With an 8-2 lead here, you need more cowbell. And the fans reacting and making some noise here have enjoyed themselves a heck of a game so far for Columbus.
It's been a fun game number 1. A reminder that game 2 will be in Monroe tomorrow night. The puck drops at 8:05 Eastern Time. While game 3, if necessary, will be played at 5:05 Eastern Time on Sunday. This is a best of 3 first round. The first team to 2 wins. As Scantlebury is denied by Babin.
When I'm looking at Babin and net, boy, is he just absolutely confident in what he does. Just commanding the puck, no rebounds.
So Alex Storjahan, this is a 3-on-2. Barrow from the high slot will shoot. Nothing did ever get through to Nolan Egbert. A reminder that Nolan Egbert is into this game after replacing Chris Branch during the early portions of the third period. As Hagen Moe will shoot and miss the cage, Rasmus Asp straight on. To the net, there's a deflection. At the side of the net, Babin stretches all the way out, and he makes sure to get his pad all the way out atop the crease.
Boy, I'll tell you, they got guy that's parked right there. They're trying to get the number on him. Was it 8? Is that Moe? It was right there at the side of the net.
Hagen Moe's a real nice player.
And Babin.
And he's young in his FPHL career as well.
Babin just shut him down by just laying down and making sure he had no angle to come in or to pass the puck out.
Hagen Moe just 22. Turned pro with the Moccasins last season. He played 13 games last year to begin his professional career. This year, in his first full season, well, he has become a staple of the top 6 for Monroe. The River Dragons will flip the puck into Moccasin ice. Egbert was ready for a shot if one came his way. Pick will swipe it in, 6:55 into the third. Kirk Underwood with 2 goals tonight. He lost possession of his stick and then had it kicked around a little bit. Fortin will turn inside of the defensive end. The puck booted by Asp. He'll glove it to himself and shoot onto Babin from well outside of the blue line. Babin was able to close the pads and make the save.
Oh.
There's a turnover from Mott, and they don't score. Babin went diving, and the puck kept out. Matthews right point, give and go. He gets the puck back. Now suddenly the River Dragons getting tested here defensively. Here is Matthews, the dish to the bottom of the right circle, goal line feed, and the tip from Christie goes high over the glass and out of play.
You know, you got to play this thing from whistle to whistle, buzzer to buzzer. And the thing that the River Dragons are doing, they're still maintaining their basic game plan. They're out there being able to work, get some very, very good defensive plays and some stand-up goaltending by Babin, keeping Monroe down.
Face-off won by Monroe. This is Dorsey shooting and a kick save made by Babin. Gesso will skate to a loose puck. He gets tripped from on behind. That'll be a penalty on Monroe. Columbus will go to the Public's power play at the next touch.
Well, Matthews threw an elbow at Gesso after he tripped him, and then Gesso, a crafty little veteran, had his back turned to the referee and gave him a little quick backhander right to the face, and didn't get called for it.
You know, sometimes the timing is as important as anything else, right?
But also the awareness to know where the official is, and you've been around as long as he's been around. Was he 30?
Gesso, 33.
Yeah, 33. Been around for a while. 300 or 200.
300 games, 216 points in the regular season throughout his illustrious career.
That's a lot of hockey skated.
Yes, it is. Gesso, after drawing the penalty, will remain out there onto the ice. It'll be Gesso, Galvin, Brad Fortin, Josh Colton, and the man with the puck, Brody Thornton. Thornton, left dot. Thornton dishes for Fortin. Fortin left side half boards. We've got a broken stick and a shoving match. Galvin
Well, I don't know.
Match him away.
Is he getting a slashing call? Because the stick got smashed in half.
I believe the referee is going to take both players to the box.
Yeah, we're going to have a slash.
It's not going to be both players. It's going to be just one.
Oh, wow. When it rains, it pours. Well, credit Columbus for not biting either. You know, Galvin got a stick, broken half.
This will be a 5-on-3 for Columbus for the next minute 40.
For a good chunk, that's what I was about to say.
This has been a stunning turn of events here in Columbus.
It is absolutely amazing right now.
So Colton off of a face-off win. No blue liner had more points than Josh during the regular season. He'll slap a shot on. High over the blocker of Masternak and hit the glass. Gesso. The second penalty is to Ethan Matcham for slashing, as Gesso will fire it off of the bicep of Egbert. Gesso, right circle, that misses wide to the blocker side. Here's Gesso, the blast, his stick shattered. Galvin did well to keep it in with Thornton. Gesso skates to the bench, and he'll grab a new twig on a change at the same time as a high-quality look for Brad Fortin hits the glass. Fortin comes out from behind the net, and what a chance for Galvin. And Egbert got down and made one sweet save.
Yes, he did.
And Fortin's stick slashed right out of his hands. We have no penalty there.
Are you going to...
Moore, right dot. He'll hold it around the net. Barrow, Hunter, right circle, gloved away by Egbert.
Wow. Well, Egbert back-to-back, some
may have earned
quality
himself a start
save
tomorrow,
there.
huh?
Well, you know.
Maybe.
I mean, how you not? I mean, all depending on what the situation is up there with their goaltending. You got 26 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
9:42 gone by here in the third. And Ryan Hunter's stick snapped in half. Make that 2 on this same power play. First for Gesso, now for Hunter. Underwood, Hunter shoots, misses high glove. Kyle Moore, a give and go with Underwood. Underwood will turn away from Christie. Here is Barrow. Hunter attempted to pass the puck instead of shooting it. He had Egbert down. The first penalty is over. That was the trip onto Matthews. Ethan Matcham remains in the box for another 8 seconds. It's a shorthanded try, save made by Babin. He was able to deny that one with the combination of his helmet and his shoulder blade. Monroe is back at full strength. The shots on goal are 32-31 Monroe. The goals, though, are 8-2 River Dragons. As a glove grab made by by Egbert. Let's head to immediate timeout. Columbus has a 6-goal lead.
The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons!
9 minutes, 20 seconds left to play here in the third period. The River Dragons have an 8-2 lead over the Monroe Moccasins in Game 1 of a best-of-3 series between the two clubs. And you know what? 8 is quite a number, right? Because that's the number of games that these two teams played against one another during the regular season. Columbus only won twice, and both of those games came in this building and in overtime.
Well, I mean, you've been in Monroe several times. You know, it's a different building to play in, and the ice surface isn't as...
The Snake Pit.
Yeah.
It's a great place to play. Great place to call a game. The ice, though, not always in prime.
That's what you told me.
Conditioning. But both teams have to play on it. But the Moccasins, of note, have gotten to play on it and practice on it all year, which does give them a distinct advantage. But also, well, Moccasins don't have their goaltender either, so you know who does have the advantage at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, right here.
We're 11 minutes through the third.
I like the advantage of having Babin in net, that's for sure.
There's a turnover. This is Christie. He'll slide to the left. One-time option in Forneris that hit a body. That was Mike Wynn, 6'4", in front of the net. Now that drive hits his defensive partner and Josh Colton and gets out. This will be Doherty with Asp. Doherty. Gesso leaves the puck off for Jemayev. Here's the pass across. Doherty goes skate to stick. He's got a wide open net, and Schumacher, the captain, made the save for his goaltender.
Egbert was out of the net, out of complete position.
In complete disarray, am I right? Ooh, Hunter got taken out with a hip check. As now Scantlebury goes down.
And now a crush check.
And
this is what you got to
going to like that. That's Rasmus Asp, and Scantlebury is rolling around. I mean, this is quite a performance.
This is where you got to kind of.
And now he gets back up, and he's doing all right.
Well, he'll be fine in a minute, but one of the things is you
got hit in the groin. It looked like
you can't.
Yeah. And Doherty and Scantlebury talking. And the linesman comes over to prevent any more
Schumacher
action.
is going to have a word with the referee. I think they're trying to get a call on Doherty.
And Scantlebury comes over to the Columbus bench and has a word for Tyler Barrow, I believe, and Barrow gives it right back to him.
You got to love the spunk with Barrow, don't you? I mean, he shoots, he scores, and he doesn't take anything either.
I'll tell you what, Tyler Barrow throughout his professional career has been known for that physical nature. He shied away from it a little bit this year in his first year in the FPHL, well, because he spent all his time scoring.
Well, we're having a linesman consult, which means that the players are trying to say, did you see something that was done? And now we got more.
And Doherty coming over to the Monroe bench here.
What you don't need is you don't need to get involved in this in a game that's 8-2 with just 8 minutes left.
I didn't really see much, to be honest. And Tucker Scantlebury, he's known for being an actor out there.
I'm pretty much going to probably tell you he got a jock check.
Yeah, but they got protection for that, though.
Yes.
I played baseball once. The cup works.
Yeah, but, what I'm trying to say is every guy out there knows what I'm talking about.
You've got some picture-in-picture on the broadcast. In the top right corner of your screen is a look at the officials and
see, what I think they're doing is they're
captains for each team.
What they did is they conferred with the linesman to see if he saw anything because Monroe was putting up such a stink on it.
And you know what? You're down 6 goals. There's 8 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. You might as well do what you can to try and draw a penalty.
Well, the doors aren't open to the box. And the referees are skating away in the position. And there's 5 out for Columbus, so.
We have a final over in Athens. The PD Ice Cats take a 1-0 series lead with an 8-2 win on the road.
Shocking, eh? Now, that game was that was in Athens.
Correct.
So tomorrow night they go to, is it tomorrow night they go to PD?
Tomorrow night they will be in PD.
Yeah, they've only got the 3-hour drive from Athens to Florence, so it's not that big of a deal for them to travel.
Seems like we're going to have no loss of manpower on the ice here, Mike.
No, there is no penalty being called because it's being explained to Fournier that if none of us saw it, we might understand what you're saying. We might understand you're being upset at it, but if we didn't see it, we're not calling it. And they did everything they could to make that call, checking with both linesmen.
Tucker Scantlebury may be disappointed about that. Got hit in the jock, and he doesn't even get a power play because of it. It happens. Oh, I got a story to tell you.
Oh boy, Bockwell's involved with some cross-checking.
Bockwell hit Sommers, but then on the other end of the ice, the River Dragon got checked after the whistle. So I wonder if there's penalties coming for both teams. The player in the far corner of the ice for the River Dragons has his hand up saying, really? There's nothing. I believe that's Ryan Hunter.
I mean, there's no doubt that Bockwell gave him a cross-check. On the other side, though, is that Hunter that's down on one knee? Yeah.
That is Hunter.
And he's looking for a call. He ain't getting it. What has to happen here is the officials have to either start calling everything and call it tight because you don't want to get it out of hand. It's 8-2. The game is over as far as,
Oh, that's the broadcaster curse, Mike.
I did at 8-2.
I won't go as far as to say it again, but I don't disagree.
But you need to call a tight game here. You can't let guys start cross-checking and slashing and all the funny stuff.
Here's Schumacher, a pass to the front. They score.
They do.
It's a power play goal for the Moccasins with 7:26 left. It's 8-3. The goal goes to Frank Schumacher, his second of the night.
Well, Schumacher gets his second. I mean, it's a little bit, a 7:26 and a 5-goal lead.
Not going to call you out, Mike, but literally 20 seconds.
I just bit my fingernails when he just put it in there. It's like, oh, don't tell me I did it.
You don't want to give Monroe any bit of life here, you know. 7:26 left, time most certainly not on their side. But hockey is a crazy game sometimes. You truly do never know.
No.
Now if Columbus can get their 9th and make this a 6-goal separation again, that would be great as Babin makes a glove grab onto Sommers.
And you can see after almost every whistle there's a little bit of gathering, chirping, but no penalties, thankfully. But it's going to be like this for the rest of the game. And it's up to the officials to, again, keep a lid on it.
Christie in the near dot. It's a face-off win. Back for Dorsey, and how about that deft deflection from Christie? Mike, I believe that hit Christie in the lower leg.
And it was a good save by Babin.
He makes 2 more after that. Brody Thornton gets taken out up along the near side corner boards. The puck booted on along by Dorsey. He'll throw a shove onto Moore. There still might be a chance here for Storjahan.
No numbers.
He's 1-on-4.
Well, he had wrapped up and held.
Held by Fornaris. Quite a bit.
Just wrapped him up.
6.5 minutes left in regulation. Moore's pass taken by Pick. Fornaris over to the right. Sommers will chase after it onto Wynn. Wynn below the goal line. He'll throw a cross-check onto his man, no call. Out to center it comes, 3-on-2 for Columbus. It's Barrow with Jasso and Moore. Barrow shoots. Save made by Egbert.
What a heavy shot from there.
Mike Wynn skates right to the center ice logo and checks his man. Pick up along the left wing side, though. We'll toss it. 5:50 left. Jemayev can't get it out. It's kept in by Schumacher. How about Schumacher? A 2-goal game tonight and made a real nice play, not once but twice in the same spot to keep the puck in. Mike Wynn will glove it to himself and set up a 3-on-2 for his team. It's Jesso with Galvin and Jemayev. Jesso and Galvin got crossed up a little bit. They go hard into the far side corner, separated from the biscuit. Schumacher through 2 sticks onto the tape of Mo. And Mo, a slap shot from the red line, misses the net. It hits the glass and gets rolled around the kick plate. Galvin picks it up, and the defensive centerman will get it out to center. Balsamo, short pass. Gerstein, gloved away by Babin.
Well, that's a heck of a shot. Comes in, and Babin makes it look absolutely easy. So you're rolling over to Monroe. Are you guys leaving right after the game?
The players are leaving right after the game. I am not. I will be going tomorrow in a van with some of the scratches.
Okay.
Some of the players not playing tonight, at least. Skate Scaldi, Justin Somero, Cody Wickline will be in that van. Be some fun conversations.
I'm sure.
Can't wait to talk to Skate about what he saw tonight. Wicks and Soms, too. But the bus is leaving right after this. Gerstein, sharp angle. Babin squeezes it. 15:01 into the third.
Just hugs the pipe, makes the stop, and that's another thing tonight. Babin has been extremely capable in his not allowing any rebounds. He has just not given him a lot of second bites of the apple.
Trevor Babin, supremely sharp as he always is. We will be right back.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, vectorply.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Didn't think termites were up this early.
They really don't go to sleep. But now that it's warming up, termites really start moving.
But I'm good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry about pests this spring. Call Cooks, and you'll already be a step ahead of them.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. This is Liam Gotimer. Alongside me is Mike Vee. There's 4 minutes and 59 seconds to play in the third. The River Dragons have an 8-3 lead over the Monroe Moccasins. They've got 2 more games coming up. Well, 1 on Sunday if necessary. They can end it all tomorrow at the Snake Pit. The puck drops at 8:05 Eastern Time. I can't wait to see you all there on YouTube Live. But I will tell you what. The Monroe Civic Center, one loud building. That fan base, passionate about their team.
Oh, yeah.
So you know that they are going to come out in droves. They are going to be loud. They are going to be proud. And they are going to be rooting on their team to get back into this series. Cannot rest one bit, Mike, even with a 1-0 series lead in a best-of-3.
No.
Not against this team.
No, and every period, every single second that you play in playoff hockey, you got to give it your best. No let-ups.
The Moccasins ended the regular season 35-10, 8-3-0, 119 points. They nearly won the Continental Division. It was a weekend set of games against the Athens Rock Lobsters that did them in. They would have faced PD had they won both games. Instead, the Rock Lobsters got the Ice Cats, the Moccasins got the River Dragons, and well, both of the top-seeded groups have lost in Game 1.
Oh, what a keep-in.
Beautiful keep-in there by Galvin, but that was an active stick by the Moccasins. So it'll be Christie alongside Hagen Moe and Carlos Forneris. Babin makes the save as he fought it off. High in the zone, it's cleared out to center, so Dorsey will ring it in on the forehand. The Moccasins last year missed the playoffs by 20 points. This year, after just 18 wins last season, they get north of 100 points, one of the best home records, I should say, in the entire FPHL. And they draw a first-round series against the Columbus River Dragons, who, although placed 3rd in the division at season's end, a battle-tested group and are ready for games like this. And although the Moccasins are talented, they do not have a lot of playoff experience, as Kyle Moore will get the puck up into the air and all the way on to Nolan Egbert, who wears number 41. Remember, no Tyler Masternak tonight. Chris Branch started this game, and while he was pulled in favor of Nolan Egbert, who has played quite well after taking over for him. As there's Gerstein shoved right down to the sheet.
Colton, and then Gerstein knocks his stick to
Kyle
the other
Moore
circle.
In the middle. There's a turnover. Kyle Moore will drift over to the right. Moore gets pressed up to the half boards. Christie digging at it. He'll come away. And Christie out to the middle. Lair Patakin back on it. How about that nifty between the legs pass from Patakin? He'll receive a return feed from the captain. And now through the middle, the puck misses Scott Doherty's tape. So Rasmus Asp will stand up and activate through the neutral zone and into the offensive end. Asp, the Swedish blue liner, standing at 6'4". This is Hagen Moe turning and shooting. That hit the lower leg of a River Dragon. Another try from Asp, misses the net. A backhander at the side of the goal, does not hit the cage. We are 80 seconds left here in the game. The Moccasins out shooting the River Dragons 38-33, but the goal was 8-3 Columbus.
Bockwell comes in, makes a nice deep defensive play.
Balkwill doing what he's done all season, really an unsung hero on the back
Steady Eddie.
Defense. Steady Eddie, for sure. And you know what? He's played with Kirk Underwood a lot of his River Dragon career on defense. Something to be said about getting a new defensive partner, a new face onto the roster in Lair Patakin. And just work alongside him with such ease.
You build your own chemistry.
The River Dragons are 38 seconds away from a Game 1 win. Here's Jemayev, the dangle. He'll turn back and play some keep away, and why not, with half a minute to go.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left.
$20 seconds to go. $10 ticks left.
And that's going to do it. Well, I'm glad it didn't work into something that it shouldn't have, and it could have, because there was a couple of players that were having a discussion at the red line, but thankfully both teams come to their senses and live to fight another day. Monroe, I'll tell you, Liam, farthest thing that I expected was a lopsided win. I was really thinking this was going to be down to the wire, you know, nip and tuck the whole way. But I am so impressed at what the River Dragons have done tonight, offensively, and of course, unsung-wise, defensively. Played a fantastic defensive game, and that was as much of a story as those 8 goals they put up.
The River Dragons win by a final score of 8-3 in game number 1 of this best-of-3 series. They can end the series tomorrow night with a win on the road at the Snake Pit in Louisiana. With that, back to the broadcast booth we go. Liam Gotimer here with you. We'll go back to the broadcast booth in just a bit. Here we are. Liam G and Mike Vee back here with you inside of the broadcast booth. And, well, you know, Mike, River Dragons got off and running early in this game. And, you know, we've seen Columbus against the Monroe Moccasins get off to early leads, and then suddenly it dissipates. And tonight, it just never dissipated. They skated away with a 2-1 lead after the first period, and then in the second, they just kept adding on. 4 in the middle frame, 2 in the third, I should say, en route to an 8-3 rout over Monroe.
I mean, it was a go-go game for Columbus. Offensively, they were on the move. They moved the puck well. They rushed. They had some odd man rushes. They had breakaways. Pretty much had it all set up.
With that, let's now send it down to ice level for the stars of the game, the 3 stars of the game. Dustin Gesso in his River Dragon debut. I mean, come on. What a debut.
I know. Hey, a goal and 2 assists, right?
3 assists.
3 assists.
Dustin Gesso, a goal and 2 assists, you were right. Kyle Moore is the second star. Tonight he had a goal and 3 assists, so a 4-point game for Mooresy. I mean, you know, he had a hat trick on the Friday before the regular season came to a close, and, you know, you talked about it, just how much of a different element Kyle Moore gives this team when he's at the top of his game. The first star, leading by example, your captain, Kirk Underwood.
A scoring machine out there lately.
Kirk, an outstanding man, an outstanding hockey player, and, well, he scores twice tonight. The puck will drop at 8:05 tomorrow night. Remember that you can buy tickets to the watch party. Find the link on the River Dragons social. Come right here to the Civic Center and watch the game on the big screen. Well, Liam G and Mike V back here inside of the broadcast booth. Don't worry, my name is not Kirk Underwood. Although I wish my name was Kirk Underwood. Mike, final score. Oh, there you go. Now Nathan Balkwell. Final score 8-3. I know my producer's trying as hard as he can. Shout out to Brandon and the crew who are doing a great job. Sometimes, live event, right? Something happens. Are the lower thirds trying to tell me I look like Nathan Balkwell? That would be a compliment. Good looking chap, that guy. So the final score is 8-3. The Moccasins outshoot the River Dragons 38-33. And Mike, what a game one this was. But with that said, it's only game one. And it's a best-of-3 series, and there's another game to go and win.
And there's a stew that's going to be in that bus for 9 hours for that team that just left here, Monroe.
I'd say so myself.
Think about this. They are going to be steaming, and they're getting home, and they're going to be greeted by how many thousands of fans that are going to root those guys on a Saturday night in Louisiana.
Yep.
And you're going to end up having to see a game tomorrow night. If Columbus survives the first period, the onslaught you probably end up getting because Monroe's going to go on you.
Absolutely.
Then
and
you
know
got
what?
a chance.
If you're a Moccasin fan, here's what you can take away from this. Yes, you do lose by 5 goals, but that third period was your best period. And you know what? If you want to carry that into tomorrow, which is now a must-win game for the Moccasins, you match the River Dragons with 2 goals apiece in the third. Yes, you get outscored 8-3, but maybe that's will mean better times tomorrow for the Moccasins. And Nolan Egbert came in and played quite well. I'm a bit perplexed standing up here why he hasn't gotten as much playing time as he has. Masternak's been excellent, so has Chris Branch, but Nolan Egbert's got that pedigree during his time with the Binghamton Black Bears, and we saw exactly why after he came into the contest.
Well, I think it depends on the Masternak situation, but I think at the end at the beginning of tomorrow night's game over there, I think you've found your starter that's going to be in net over there for them, unless they got something up their sleeve. But, I would pretty much think Edward's going to be that guy that you're going to see tomorrow night.
We'll see. And for the River Dragons, we'll see if it is Tyler Roy or Trevor Babin. But Trevor Babin gets himself the win in between the pipes tonight. And you know what? An 8-3 final score, we still have to talk about the goaltender and how good he was. Trevor Babin was sensational, as he always is. And the Moccasins came and they pushed. They didn't have as many scoring chances as they did when they rolled through here during the regular season, but they're a talented team. They get their chances, and tonight, despite losing by 5 goals, they got their chances.
But the key to me, again, is that defensive core using the body well, forwards coming back, being physical, not letting guys be able to dance out of the corners with pucks and walk right in on your goaltender.
That's right.
Did a great job tonight, and that's to me, it didn't Monroe average about 6 goals a game?
4.9 goals per game during the regular season.
All right, 5 goals a game. You held them under their standard, so you're doing what you need to do defensively. The young guys stood up, and even the veterans obviously coming back helping out. I mean, it was just a fantastic game all around, offense and defense.
Well, a fantastic game all around indeed, as Mike Vee said. The River Dragons win for the final time tonight by a final score of 8-3. They take a 1-0 series lead. Until next time, which is tomorrow at 8:05 p.m. And for all of our wonderful production crew, which worked so hard tonight to present playoff hockey to you all on the River Dragons Broadcast Network, and to Mike Vee, my wonderful color commentator, thank you so much. But now I will say, until next time, this is Liam Gotimer saying, stay safe, stay well, and as always, let's go River Dragons.